Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
House has created a family of products to cover all your diesel additive and lubrication needs. From warm weather additives like Diesel Defender and Meter Power Cleaner to cold weather treatments like Diesel Treat and Diesel Lifeline, House always has your year-round solution. Plus, with over 1,001 uses, House multi-purpose lubricator and penetrating oil can help you with your DIY projects and more. So grab a House product to become part of the family. House, tested, trusted, guaranteed. Learn more at houseproducts.com.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. Game 2 of 4 of this 4-game set here in the Bronx. Red Sox and the Yankees, the greatest rivalry in sports. And before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and the Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry in to get great deals now, including on F-Series, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Here with the manager is the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
2 of 4 in New York with the manager Alex Cora. And I wouldn't say that was a classic Red Sox-Yankees game because it wasn't exactly one you'd send to Cooperstown. A lot of weird stuff going on. But with the game on the line, the biggest moment, you guys got the biggest swing of the game. You made the biggest pitches of the game. In the end, you had to love the way that one went.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about now, you know. It's late in the season, and you take them all, you know. And I think we did a good job controlling the strike zone. Obviously, didn't cash in with men scoring position, but we kept putting pressure on them. You know, they were a little bit banged up coming from Tampa. Extra inning games, I think it was, the late arrival. And, you know, we kept playing. You know, the pitching, it was okay yesterday. I think Willie, I know he struggled, but he got a huge out in the 5th inning. Then the rest, they did an amazing job. Matt's getting Goldschmidt out with men at third. And 2 outs, Whitlock was efficient, and then the big man came in and finished the game.
We understand not letting
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
Wow, it's like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft, it's got an outboard motor, it's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub.
Look at that.
I mean, come on.
American ingenuity.
That is living. What else can go wrong here?
Where are the Yankees in the outfield? They're everywhere.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
organization, and we're loving it.
About those at-bats with runners in scoring position, is it the same stuff? I mean, it wasn't, I didn't think overly aggressive. Last night seemed like a couple at-bats in particular, there were fastballs right there to handle in those spots where you could get a guy in from third. What'd you see there last night?
No, I think Trevor got beat twice, right? And Narvi put a great at-bat, ended up striking out. So it wasn't the 3 months ago bad approach. I think we did a good job. We just got beat at one point, by their guy. He has a good fastball. Nate put the ball in the air, get the RBI, and then obviously the big swing for the double with men at first. And overall, offensively, we're getting close. We have struggled for a little bit here, but I think, those two guys in the top of the order, they set the tempo. They said what we're going to do that night, and, it's been fun to watch.
It's funny, you not only have these top prospects, Alex, in your system who come up, but based on where you're putting them in your lineup, they come up ready to help you. I mean, this is just what you did with Roman. Garcia comes in tonight. You're batting him fifth against Max Fried. What gives you the confidence to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's managing the game. At one point, hopefully, they bring a righty for Trevor, and then we can pivot to the next guy. So he'll get his at-bats against Fried. Hopefully, he's two, and if we have the lead, he'll play the game. But if we have to pinch it for him, that's the spot right there because we feel like they might bring the righty for Trevor, and we can maximize the bench.
It was a rough go a couple years ago, and I know you were dying to get to series and nights like this. And a big part of that aspiration, Alex, was the promotion of some of these kids. We all saw them coming, but at that time they're like down in A-ball. What does it mean about the organization as a whole that the pipeline continues to just pump out quality guys who can get up here?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing an amazing job. I think Chad in AAA have been great because he really knows what we need up here, how we do things up here. And, he does an amazing job in AAA, kind of like mirroring what we do at the big league level. And, kudos to them. They've been amazing. And, we talk about the position players, but, certain guys have come up here and pitched for us. They've been doing well. And there's more. It's not only 4 or 5. There's more good players down there in PD.
You made some news a little bit ago, and that is you're going to make a change in your starting rotation. And on Monday, Walker Buehler will not make his start. What went into that, and how was that conversation?
Yeah, good conversation with Walk. I think we all been, frustrated with everything that has happened throughout the season with him, trying to help him out. And I think, I honestly think that he's done the ball well, but it's time to pivot, and hopefully we can continue to throw the ball well out of the bullpen, and I think he's going to help us win games.
You use the word simplify. Sometimes even in the first inning, he throws 6, 7 different pitches. Would you like to see him streamline that a little bit more?
We'll talk about it. I think it's a different role, and you don't have to set up hitters, like you do when you start. So, hopefully we can do that and attack and get people out.
Seems to me, Alex, that this does not rule out anything that might happen in the playoffs, right? He's got that great track record starting games and dealing with the big pressure. Is it fair to say that this move does not necessarily rule that out?
I hate yo-yoing people around. I think, if we pivot this way, there's a way we're going to go, and I think he's going to contribute. I still believe he's a capable big league starter, but, having conversations with everybody, this is what we decide, and we're going to move forward with it.
One guy who is going to be in your playoff rotation is on the mound tonight, and he's just matured. He's been better. He's had some big moments, including against Fried and against the Yankees. What are you looking for from Bayo?
Just go out there and compete. He's done a good job against them throughout his career, and we expect the same thing tonight.
Fenway, the left field wall beckons. Do you watch hitters sort of get summoned by that short porch out here right at Yankee Stadium?
Rafi used to do that. I think Rafi, he's a guy that we all know he drives the ball to left center, but whenever he came here, he made sure, to get to his spot because he felt like they were going to attack him inside, and he needed to get to his spot to hit it out of the ballpark.
Well, hopefully somebody gets it over that wall here tonight, and you get another one. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Will.
That was Alex Cora talking to Will Fleming. Interesting little bit at the end there, huh? Reminiscing about the good old days with Rafi Devers at Yankee Stadium. That was interesting. I thought that was a little bit interesting. I know it was an organic question. Will didn't bring up Rafael Devers by any means. He was talking about the short porch in right field, which Roman Anthony took great advantage of. One thing I thought was very funny about that home run last night, it was a great home run. It went into the second deck. It was an upper decker at Yankee Stadium. Would not have been a home run at Fenway Park. That would not have been a home run. That would have been on the warning track. at Fenway Park. It was in the upper deck at Yankee Stadium. Just funny, Just one of those funny things. And Roman Anthony, listen, that was great. And certainly a moment that I think could be, if the Red Sox do go on a run here and cement themselves in this wild card race, or maybe even go forward, if they make a run at the Blue Jays there in the American League East. I think a lot of people are going to look back at that Roman Anthony home run and remember it for what it was, as a flashpoint maybe this season, as a flashpoint certainly in the first season of Roman Anthony's career, and maybe of his career in general. It'll be one of those moments that you just go ahead and remember, and hopefully there's a lot more moments like that still to come in the career of Roman Anthony. I think that's the way things are going right now. It seems like a pretty solid bet. Speaking of solid bets, we have the lock of the game, which is coming up here in the next segment. I'm so cold that I'm thinking about maybe Joe Braverman going back to the Costanza method. I think that may be something we have to do tonight, so get the music ready. By the way, you can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. There's a lot to love about a brand-new Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And speaking of Costanza, the George Costanza bobbleheads last night. I believe Rob Bradford secured one, and I am going to try and bargain my way into acquiring it from him. I don't know. I know he's a big Seinfeld fan. I'm sure he had to fight through a lot of Yankee scrum to get that thing, but that is a magnificent bobblehead. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Yankees had a Costanza bobblehead night last night. It was George under the desk taking a nap during the time that he worked for George Steinbrenner at Yankee Stadium in a role that was the assistant to the traveling secretary, I believe is what his role was, or something like that. And it's a great bobblehead, one of the best I've ever seen. Anyways, I don't know what they're giving away tonight. All I know is that Brian Bayo owns the Yankees, and we'll tell you all about that with the Herb Chambers starting lineups and more. We'll also take our look around the majors and our Subaru scoreboard update, and, of course, we'll have our New England Chevy dealers question of the night. That's all coming up. Don't go anywhere. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Caring for an aging loved one can be overwhelming, especially when you don't live close by. If you have family in New York, you should know about River Spring Living. Set on a 32-acre campus along the Hudson River, there are plenty of chances to engage in activities, wellness programs, and so much more, dedicated to making everyone feel right at home. Come and see firsthand what makes life at River Spring Living special. Visit riverspringliving.org today.
To love about. There's a lot to love about you.
Don't miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. Get more of what you value most with the trusted 2025 Subaru Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Get 1.9% financing on select models or lease for just $269 per month. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Arbella Insurance has been serving the New England community for over 35 years. Being your neighbor helps Arbella provide you the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for New England, here for good.
Are you living with drop?
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards, and I know.
Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the Boston Red Sox. Book now at citycruises.com/Boston.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Red Sox and the Yankees about to play game 2 of 4 from Yankee Stadium. It will be Brian Bayo on the hill, and he'll be going against Max Fried, the lefty, for New York. It's time now for the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. For the Red Sox, leading off, not Roman Anthony, but Romy Gonzalez will be your leadoff hitter at first base. He'll be followed by Alex Bregman at third. Roman Anthony, the hero from last night, drove in 3 runs in his Yankee Stadium debut, including that big 2-run shot to put the game out of reach. He will bat third and play right field. Trevor Story's your cleanup hitter and shortstop. Batting fifth and making his major league debut is the password, Justinson Garcia, who will be in center field. And going against the lefty tonight, Jarren Duran will bat sixth and play left. Ceddanne Rafaela batting seventh and playing second base. He'll be followed by Nate Eaton, who's DHing. Connor Wong will bat ninth and do the catching for the starter, Brian Bayo. Over on the Yankee side, Trent Grisham leading off in center field. He'll be followed by the pride of Nobles and Greeno, Ben Rice at first. Aaron Judge, the DH and number 3 hitter, will be followed by the cleanup hitter Cody Bellinger in right field. Jazz Chisholm at second, followed by Jason Dominguez in left. Your number 7 hitter tonight is the shortstop Anthony Volpe, followed by Ryan McMahon at third. The number 9 hitter is the catcher Austin Wells, and he'll be doing the catching for the starter, Max Fried. Time now for the Subaru scoreboard update, brought to you by Subaru of New England. There's a lot to love about a brand new Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. A busy Friday night here in the majors, so let's go ahead and start with some games in progress, including the Pirates and Rockies. That's a fun one. Rain delay in Pittsburgh. That one hasn't really started yet. The Nationals and the Phillies just getting underway in the top of the first inning in Philadelphia. The Phillies on a 4-game win streak, by the way. A 7:05 start time in Baltimore for the Astros and the Orioles. Two of the hottest teams in baseball right now are the Royals and the Tigers. They're playing each other at Comerica Park in Detroit. Detroit has won 3 in a row. Both of those teams have won 8 out of their last 10. They'll get going right at 7:10. The starting pitchers for that one going to be Ryan Bergert and Casey Mize, your starters that are scheduled for that game. The Blue Jays getting underway at 7:10 with the Marlins at Lone Depot Park in Miami. Mets and Braves will get underway at 7:15. The Mets trying to avoid their 3rd straight loss. A 7:35 start time at
Sometimes artifacts in the collection at the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Just don't have good luck against him, including their 2 best hitters. one of whom isn't in the lineup tonight. Giancarlo Stanton's not in the starting lineup tonight, but you may see him at some point pitch hitting or something like that, and he has no luck whatsoever against Brian Bayo. Neither does Aaron Judge, and for those reasons, I'm turning into Mark Cuban again, and for those reasons, I am going with Bayo over 4.5 strikeouts. Every game, we have the New England Chevy Dealers Question of the Day. Together We Drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today, and if you want to go vote in the poll, you can do so on Twitter at SoxBooth. That is where you can find a lot of great highlights, a lot of great calls from Will Fleming and Lou Merlone and Mike Monaco and Middlebrooks and Lenny and everybody else who are in on these radio broadcasts. You can check those out at SoxBooth on Twitter. The question tonight: what has been your favorite Roman Anthony moment this season? Was it his first start against the Rays? Was it the walk-off against Houston? Was it the home run last night at Yankee Stadium, or was it something else? Fill in the blank. You can do that yourself. Fill it in below. I can tell you right now, the home run last night is doing very well in this poll, as I would imagine it would be. That was quite a moment for the kid. His first game at Yankee Stadium. The walk-off against Houston was terrific. No, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't against the Yankees, and it wasn't at Yankee Stadium. And that's always, I think, going to push something like that a little bit over the line. If you want to vote, you can do so. Once again, at SoxBooth on Twitter, 258 votes right now. The home run last night has captured just about 66% of that vote. All right, that's all for me here. I'm Christian Arcand. This has been the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. The greatest rivalry in sports, Red Sox and Yankees. First pitch coming your way right after this here on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It's always the nights that end too quickly that leave memories that last a lifetime. Whether it's sharing a toast after work to celebrate being one day closer to the weekend, or hitting your lucky Keno numbers and celebrating with a dance you should be embarrassed to do in public. The games from the Mass State Lottery are the ideal complement to that unforgettable night. So let's celebrate the nights that connect us, because the ones we spend together are the ones we win together. The Mass State Lottery. Celebrate the night.
For over 60 years, Moynihan Lumber has been your trusted source for high-quality lumber, building materials, windows, and doors. Moynihan is family-owned. Their prices are competitive and the customer service is top-notch. In Beverly, North Reading, and Plastow, it's Moynihan Lumber. We measure up.
Hey, it's Hall of Fame broadcaster Joe Castiglione. It's the final weeks to enter the Shaws and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. This is your last
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, you know, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. You know, all the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
What else going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
That's not good right there.
See an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TremfyaRadio.com.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios.
Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over.
And the Red Sox win.
Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. There's a lot to love about Subaru. SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo has pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan, sun's out, deals up at the Nissan end of summer sales event.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James, Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella, here for good.
Red Sox win again.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best...
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter. It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the eighth. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
In his last start, allowed 7 runs against the St. Louis Cardinals. So a lot is on the line here tonight, Red Sox and the Yankees. It's hot, it's beautiful, it's a late arriving crowd. I'm sure Friday New York traffic has a lot to do with that. It was jumping in here last night. The Yankees made 4 errors and overcame a lot of base runners for the Red Sox until they could no longer overcome Roman Anthony. Along with Mike Monaco, Will Fleming, as we welcome you into the house that Jeter built. It is now perhaps the house that Roman is trying to tear down, Mike, and that was one of the dramatic swings of the entire season. Not surprising that it came from the kid, but it sure, I think, takes the edge off these next 3. The Red Sox go to Bayo, then Crochet tomorrow, and Dustin May on Sunday. I think it's hard to overstate how much that one swing meant to sort of the tone of this series.
Totally agree with you, and especially the tone of the last few weeks for the Red Sox and the way they came into this series after their off day here, after what happened against the Orioles. It's a great way to start it. And I'm with you on Roman Anthony. It's not surprising. Doesn't mean it's any less remarkable. The moments that he has and the bat flip and the show of emotion. And Alex Bregman said it so well afterward. I mean, he's a 21-year-old. And can you imagine a more mature 21-year-old playing baseball? They're looking for the vices of Roman Anthony, and they can't find him. He's just that good. And it was a signature moment for him. And yes, it's a huge win, and it positions the team pretty well in this series. You got Bayo on the mound today, like you said, Crochet tomorrow. Lines up the way you would like to, and what a great start to the weekend series.
Asking Alex Cora to sort of explain things a little bit, he said, I think this kid was just put on earth to do this. And the more we watch him, the more it seems like that is exactly what we're watching unfold before our eyes. I think we're going to be a little bit behind schedule.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not?
Right? He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell. Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Yes. You know, the Red Sox, another newsy day. Not only is Yastinson Garcia here, he will make his major league debut. He'll bat fifth. He was originally slated to play in center field with Roman and right, but a late lineup change for the Red Sox. We'll get you those in a minute. Roman off his feet, he'll be the DH. So Garcia goes to right field to make his debut. And Nate Eaton is going to be in center field for the Red Sox tonight. But that's not the headliner as the umpires march to get the lineup cards. Mike, it's something we've been teasing a little bit and even suspecting. Alex Cora made it official today that Walker Buehler is going to go to the bullpen. He will not make his next start Monday. I wasn't as surprised by that as I was the follow-up, which is it does, in the Red Sox mind, rule out the idea that later in the playoffs and in October that Walker could be a starter for them. Now, you know, the best laid plans of mice and men, but that was the reason they brought him over here. They wanted him to lift them in October, as he so often did, but he just has been erratic. He's been inconsistent. He's not given them length. The walks have been a problem. So they're hoping to discover something. I thought Walker, who met with the writers today, took it like a total pro. And they had some heroic moments for the Dodgers in the postseason last year, and that's, I think, what the Red Sox are going to hope to bottle up. It might have been a long time coming. That doesn't make it any less sort of jarring that a guy they brought on for big bucks to start for them is now in the pen.
Yeah, he said it's obviously disappointing, and he pointed out the first time in his career he's dealt with something like this. And he sat there for 8 minutes in the dugout and answered questions and explained his thinking. He said the organization thinks it's the right thing for our group, and he said probably to a little bit lesser extent for himself, but he thinks that that's the case as well, gives him a chance to reset. And yeah, I think we've kind of known this is coming, and reports have leaked out intimating that something like this could be happening. And I agree with you. I think it's very interesting that long-term, Alex Cora put it, I don't want to yo-yo guys back and forth, and you can understand that. But it is one of the great postseason pitchers in recent years in Walker Buehler. And then the next question is, all right, what happens to his spot in the rotation? And Alex Cora was not prepared to answer that. He kind of moved on pretty quickly when he got asked about it a couple times down in the dugout pregame, and said the same to you, that they're not there yet.
There are some options. I mean, Kyle Harrison is down at AAA. He's not been sharp enough, I don't think, to make that a one-for-one swap. Richard Fitz joined the club yesterday. I think this weekend will determine a lot as to whether or not they need Fitz in the bullpen. If I were a betting man, I would say that the odds-on lead for Monday, Buehler's spot, is either that Fitz just starts out right, or that someone like Bernardino would maybe open up against that left-handed heavy Orioles club and then give it over to Fitz, because Bernie's been a great opener. Fitz has really excelled in that kind of role. But the first things first, these 3 games at Yankee Stadium are the most important. And the Red Sox, with a win tonight, would win the season series from the Yankees, which is a big deal. 2 teams right there in the heart of the playoff race. And if they could guarantee that if they tie in the standings, the Sox would vault above and likely host a wild card matchup with the Yankees, that would be a big deal. Neither of these teams has given up on the division, and of course, nor should they. Blue Jays a 4.5-game lead on the Yankees, 5 above the Red Sox. Blue Jays finally lost a game the other day as Max Fried leads the Yankees out onto the diamond. So it's going to be a sprint to the finish between Yankees, Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. Mike, as Fried makes his way onto the mound, how about tonight's starting lineups?
Let's do it, Will. The Morgan & Morgan starting lineups brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. And let's meet tonight's players. First up for Aaron Boone's Yankees, Trent Grisham leads off in center, followed by the Massachusetts native Ben Rice batting second at first. Aaron Judge DHs in the 3 spot. Cody Bellinger's the right fielder in the cleanup spot. Jazz Chisholm is at second base batting 5th. Jason Dominguez bats 6th in left. Anthony Volpe is the shortstop in the 7 spot, with Ryan McMahon at third base batting 8th, and Austin Wells doing the catching and batting 9th. Working with Max Fried with his 3.26 ERA, 141 strikeouts in 149 innings. 13 wins for Fried this year, but Will told you he has really struggled since the start of July. It's an ERA near 7 over that time for Max Fried. He will face this lineup for the Red Sox and Alex Cora. Romy Gonzalez leads off and plays first. Alex Bregman bats second at third. Roman Anthony bats third. Originally was slated to be in right, and just about 20 minutes ago, the Red Sox made some positional changes, and Roman Anthony is now DHing. Trevor Story is the shortstop and the cleanup hitter. And Justin Son Garcia bats 5th, and he's in right field. He was originally slated to be in center. He'll make his debut in right for the Sox. Jarren Duran's in left, batting 6th. Ceddanne Rafael is at second. He bats 7th. Nate Eaton bats in the 8th spot. He had been DHing. He's going to be in center field for the Sox tonight. And Connor Wong, as always, does the catching, working with Brian Bayo. Those are your Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. Max Fried finishes his warm-up tosses as Austin Wells fires down to second. Romy Gonzalez approaches the right-hand box in the red alternate tops for the Red Sox on this Friday night at Yankee Stadium in Game 2 of this 4-game weekend series. Fried climbs atop the rubber. Romy's into the right-hand box, and with the play-by-play, here's the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Well, the partial voice, anyway. We hope, Mike, tonight. Always so great to be with you. I love these road Reds. Romy in. He has owned left-handers. Fried delivers. Romy swings and misses at a sinking fastball, and we're underway. 7:10 p.m., 81 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield. Better care, better pork. Romy's got the 3rd best on base against lefties this season. Slumping just a little bit, but always dangerous. The 0-1. Chopper foul at his feet, and it's 0-2. I mean, Fried gave up a career-high 7 runs last time out. The offense bailed him out. All the stuff metrics are just way down. His fastball has gotten hit super hard over the last 6 weeks or so. He throws 3 different kinds, including a cutter. He's ahead of Romy 0-2. Here's the pitch. And Romy loops one up the middle. Volpe is there. To his left, he's there to make the play. A little bit of a jam shot for Romy. There's one down for Alex Bregman. The bleacher creatures are going right now. They just saluted Cody Bellinger, who finally acknowledges them. He's in right. Grisham in center. The worst defensive outfielder I've watched in some time. Jason Dominguez is out in left. Bregman gets booed. He was on base all night last night. Right-handed hitter takes outside. Ball 1. Bregman, 3 hits in the ball game last night. loves everything about Red Sox and Yankees. We're glad he's a part of it in red. 1-0 to Bregman, who's got 16 homers, hitting .303. The pitch is high. Lance Barrett's got the plate. Carlos Torres at first base. Charlie Ramos at second base spot with Alfonso Marquez at third. Defensive alignment brought to you by the Baldwin Group. Insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. 2-0 to Bregman. The pitch inside, ball 3.
How about what Alex Cora told you pregame, that Roman Anthony said to Alex Bregman, was teasing him like, hey, now welcome to this rivalry because I've already played in it.
3 games. They say Roman's loosening up a little bit. He waits on deck. 3-0 to Bregman. Fried throws. Alex takes a strike on the inside corner. Pitcher's pitch. I mean, he signed a massive offseason deal, did Fried. The Red Sox were in on him. In fact, within hours of Fried inking a deal here, that's when the Red Sox added another sweetener to their deal and landed Garrett Crochet. I think both sides happy. 3-1 to Bregman. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased the fastball up and in. That's 3-2. He's been a workhorse. 25 starts. 13-5. 3.26 ERA, but in the last 5 starts, that's more than a run higher than it was.
Pretty good bolt there, up to 97. You mentioned the fastball's been a problem recently.
From 3-0 to 3-2. Here it is. Bregman loops one into left field. That's a base hit. He just keeps doing it here at Yankee Stadium. Boos notwithstanding, and he's aboard with 1 down for Roman Anthony.
Really nice piece of hitting. That's a cutter in off the plate, but moving in and too close to take for Alex Bregman. 3-2. Got jammed partially, but able to loop that over short and get aboard for the Sox.
Here is Roman, and they have just not stopped talking about that bolt from last night. Majestic. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Fastball, and it's 0-1. That was his 5th homer and probably his most dramatic and significant. A game tire in Houston. Another big blast down there. But against the Yankees in this part, given what was going on, that was the one. And an 0-1 pitch inside and low. Fastball 1-1. And he did not wait around. And he's often so patient as Anthony. First pitch, he got a breaking pitch up, and he just demolished it. 1-1 with Bregman at first. 1 down in the first. Fried at the belt throws. Roman swings and misses. Yeah, he's got a good fastball tonight, does Fried, it would appear, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, some swing and miss to it. I love the bat flip from Roman Anthony because that is so not what we've grown accustomed to from him. And he said afterward, it just happened. And Alex Cora pointed out it was the first time he had seen that from Roman Anthony, and the moment certainly fit that reaction.
I mean, he's never going to be a pure showman. 1-2 to Roman. Fried looks to first. He throws, and Anthony swings and misses. Man, perfect fastball, 98. Bottom of the zone, 2 down. Bring up Trevor's story. This is a much better looking Fried. Of late, you talk to people around this club, everything that Fried has been throwing has been missing up in the middle of the zone. They need him big time to turn it around. No Cole. Heel was super shaky. 2 down with a runner at first. Here's Story. The pitch is a strike. On the corner. Trevor is 4 for 10 with 2 home runs against Max Fried. A lot of that came with the 2 were in the National League, Rockies and Braves. And Trevor's been awesome against the Yankees in a Red Sox unit. 303 hitter with damage. 2 down, man aboard, the 0-1. Trevor takes way high and outside. That's sort of what he's been doing of late, Fried. Maybe not that dramatically. That one missed, and it's 1-1. I think the Red Sox went into the offseason trying to land 2 of 3 of Crochet, Fried, and Blake Snell. He traded for Garrett. He'll pitch tomorrow. 1-1. Swing and a miss. That was a great changeup, and it's 1-2. 8 years, $218 million given to this pitcher. And he's not a spring chicken, and so the Yankees willing to take some risk at the back end. And this is his second dip into the Red Sox-Yankee rivalry.
He's 31, and you said it, 8-year deal goes through the 2032 season for Max Fried.
He looks good early and focused, does Giolito's former high school teammate. 1-2 to Story. At the belt, Fried steps off. Bregman's going nowhere. But just wants to reset a little bit. Alex was not moving well on the bases at all last night. At all. I really think that's something to watch, if not hold your breath about next couple of weeks. 1-2 to Story. Pitch is in the dirt. It gets away, and Bregman, perfect read. He's up to second base. So much for that. He was scampering there. Excellent wild pitch, and Bregman into scoring position.
And then he slides in as well without a throw down from Austin Wells. Good dirt ball read. That's an easy one for Alex Bregman. And yeah, to your point, right on cue about how he was moving. He looked pretty good going down to second there, I'd say.
He did. All right, now a chance for Story to drive in his 80th run. No score in the top of the first. Red Sox and the Yanks. The pitch is swung on and grounded to short. Volpe's got it to a knee. He throws low to first, and it's just picked out in time by Rice. That was awful from Volpe, who's got the throwing yips of late. Rice bails him out. The Red Sox leave Bregman aboard. Bayo to the mound. Bottom one, no score on the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the following Cars Dealer of the Year recipients.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give them 10 down. Pretty good.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight. Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes getting a little help from the love handle there.
Of the nines.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Ryan Bayo to the mound as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Red Sox and the Yankees scoreless. He's got his work cut out, does Bayo. Trent Grisham leads it off, and he takes strike one. Always encouraging for Bayo. 96 dotted up at the knees. On the inside corner, Grisham, Rice, and Judge. Herb Chambers batting order for the Yanks. His mustache looks even longer today. Does Grisham looking a little hamburglerish as the 0-1 misses a little bit low with a changeup, 1-1.
It is thick. I mean, you can spot that thing from miles away.
It's not quite Raleigh fingers, but mud flaps. Bayo's been awesome against the Yankees and in this ballpark in his career. 1-1 to Grisham. Pitch. Beauty. I mean, you can't throw a fastball any better than that. Sinker dotted on the corner, and it's 1-2.
Front door sinker to a lefty, so lethal. And you said it, 2.21 ERA in Bayo's career against the Yankees. 9 starts coming in, 53 innings. He's been really good.
And even better than that in the 4 here. He is such a tone setter early. You know what you're going to get almost immediately. 1-2. Pitch is called strike 3. Beauty. I mean, he just absolutely landed a 4-seamer on the corner, carve him up, 1 away.
I mean, that's inside with a front door sinker and then away to the left-hand hitter. Like you said, just dotted on the edge at 96. And if you can learn from Brian Bayo and how he starts and what the command looks like, then you've got to be encouraged by that first AB.
Here's Ben Rice, who hit his 20th home run last night. Just looking at Bayo, one thing really does stand out to me. Pitch is a little bit low, cut fastball. He's just bigger and stronger. I mean, he really fills out his jersey in a way that he did not before, and that's, I think, been an adjustment for him. It's going to really serve him well down the stretch. The 1-0's a strike, beautiful cutter, and it's 1-1. I mean, I think he's had to adjust because everything's harder, including that changeup, but he's found the spin and feel for that. But he is imposing all of a sudden. 1-1 pitch. That's the first changeup he's thrown. It missed just outside. I love that range. 88 miles an hour. It tailed away. Dancing. Good take, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, if he could live there, that would be great, especially because the cutter's maybe a little bit slower than it has been.
2-1 to Ben Rice with Judge looming on deck. Here's the pitch. That's a beauty. Where did that miss? I guess maybe a little low. A changeup. That was a good pitch. But it's now 3-1. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during the year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. 3-1. Pitch. Needed to be a strike and was. I mean, that's dotted up, bottom of the zone. 3-2.
Yeah, I love the command early on, not just with the fastball, but it certainly starts with that. But the changeups have been in good spots here against another left-hand hitter in Rice, and there are a ton of lefties, so that changeup's going to have to be a really good pitch for Brian Bayo tonight.
He has been a ground ball machine. 3-2. Pitch. Ripped to first, off the glove of Romy and into the outfield. Distinson Garcia touches a Major League Baseball for the first time. Almost a great play over there by Romy. That one got a lot of plate, and Rice ripped it down the first base line, and here now is Judge.
108 off the bat. Ben Rice has been a hard contact factory in a lot of ways this season. You mentioned up to 20 home runs. That was smoked. I mean, Romy had a chance at it, but now you got to deal with Judge with a man aboard.
What must Garcia be thinking? Deep in right as Judge stands in. 1 on, 1 out in the first. Bayo throws, and Judge takes the ball. Cutter just a little low. I say this quietly and carefully, but Bayo's pitched very well to Judge in his career. Just 2 for 17 with 7 strikeouts. 1-0. Bayo at the letters. Double play depth behind him. He throws. Judge takes a strike. Perfect on the outside corner. 1-1. Aaron Judge is the 4th Yankee to hit 40 or more homers in 4 or more straight years. The other names are about the best names in the history of baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Judge. Pitch. That is awesome from Bayo. Cutter, bottom of the zone. It's 1-2. Those would be Ruth, Gehrig, and Mantle. I think it's starting to be a possibility that by the time it's all said and done, he'll be in that conversation. 1-2. Of course, Babe did it 11 times in a row. Not bad. The 1-2. Strike 3 call. Changeup painted by Bayo. And they're 2 away. Now, according to the little pitch box that is up on the screen, those may be missed by a seam or two, but I think oftentimes we're learning that box is too small for what actually is called strikes these days.
Yeah, it's right around the zone. Yeah, by the letter of the K zone, it was out of it, but that's a really good changeup coming in.
How about Bayo? What an answer. Now Bellinger, perfect fastball. Now Cody crowds the plate. He had to pull his arms away. That was over the heart of the plate. Strike 1.
Yeah, I think you love the command that you're seeing from Brian Bayo. You said first inning is often an indicator of what version you're going to get. Well, this version looks pretty good.
I would say 1 on, 2 out for Bellinger. Scoreless in the first. He's hit 24 homers. Pitch. Swing and a miss. I mean, he just blew him away with that sinker. 97, 0-2.
The stuff's explosive. Yeah. That was 97, and it just took off, running away toward the right-hand box.
0-2. This should not be a strike right here. And time is called by the hitter, Bellinger, at the last moment. The thing about this part, this lineup, No count is safe for that short porch down the right field line. 3:14 on the pole, and it stays that way for a good long while. Stinson Garcia about 10 feet in front of the track out there. 0-2 is in the dirt. Slider. He's not bounced many of that. I guess it's a cutter from him. That was, I think, a really good pitch in that spot. Wong has become his batter he made every time. It's funny, Romy dove after that ball, and they just watered the infield before the game. It's like caked mud on his jersey. He'll get him. Hale wants a new baseball. He looks so calm on the mound, which is a welcome and new development. Last time out against the Marlins, rattled in the 7th inning by a little mound issue, but other than that, brilliant. 1-2 pitch is side. He went back away with a changeup, taken by Bellinger, and it's 2-2. Now Cody, on the other hand, has been great against Bayo. He's 3 for 5 with 2 homers against him. I'm very aware of that. 2-2 is fouled off. I think he'd like that pitch back, Bayo, and Bellinger for that matter. But that is the power of the cutter, changeup, fastball combo. That was right there at 95. Spoiled foul. I wouldn't expect that pitch again. Rafael is at second base. He's way over in the hole. Story almost behind the second base bag. 2-2. At the letters, Bayo throws, and a foul back. And a fastball, but up and away. Stays 2-2.
Now, for as much as we praise Brian Bayo's command, it is 20 pitches here in the first inning. You would love efficiency and length for Bayo to settle in tonight.
Yeah, especially after they had to go to the bullpen so early last night. 2-2. Runner aboard, 2 down. Pitch. High fly into right field, but Garcia's got room in front of the track. He makes his first play as a big leaguer, and it ends the first. The password logs on. We go to the second inning. No score. He'll bat for the.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
And if you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Here, right back to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Stinson Garcia, his first ever big league at bat, and he takes the first pitch he sees. In the Red Sox uniform from Max Fried, a fastball right there, 95 miles an hour. Super exciting, young, talented, right-handed hitter. Pitch is a beauty. He did not see that in the minor leagues. Great curveball, and it's 0-2. He's 22 years old. Signed him out of Venezuela in 2020. Always been a super dynamic, athletic outfielder with raw power. 0-2. Curveball swung on and missed. He will do that. I mean, that's unfair from Fried. Sees 3 pitches and is gone. Garcia's got long and flowing hair. He was hitting .303 down at AAA. With real power, he did 17 homers in only 66 games. So that did not last long. First AB is done. And with one down, here's Jarren Duran.
Welcome to the big leagues. Fastball for a strike, beautiful curveball, and then a curveball for chase.
Here's Duran. Squares to bunt, takes it back, called a strike anyway. According to Eddie Romero, Stinson is the first player ever from the state of Apure in Venezuela, his homeland, to make it to the major leagues. Apparently more of a soccer-starved and thirsty region. The 0-1. Swing and miss. Sweeper by Duran, and it's 0-2. Anyway, by all accounts, supreme talent. They loved him from the moment they saw him. The 15-year-old kid, he was hitting bombs out of major league stadiums. And they love the base runner, the defender, and most of all, the personality and talent. 0-2 to Duran. Pitch way outside. His parents cannot be here today. They tried to fly to a third country and post and get visas for entry, but denied by the president of Venezuela. But his brother is here, who is another farmhand and a great player in the Sox system. Yohan Fran. 1-2. Duran cues it foul on the third base side.
Yeah, 20-year-old Yohan Fran Garcia is here in the seats. He's wearing a black hoodie. Was able to take that in. The first big league at bat for his brother. And yeah, you feel for the family unable to be here in full tonight.
Happens way too often. We got to find a way to streamline that process. There's a lot of diplomacy involved. The 1-2 swung on a miss. I mean, Fried is awesome so far. Duran blown away. 3 strikeouts. This is the Max Fried of April and May. And with 2 down, here comes Cedon.
Yeah, this is the guy who stormed out of the gates really the first 3 months of the season, and stuff's good. Velo looks like it's up as well. He's got the full arsenal that looks pretty good his first 26 pitches.
So here with 2 down is Cedon, who's been working so hard to get the front foot down early. He does here, and he lines one into left field, but it'll hang up for Jason Dominguez. He's there to make play. A little off the end of the bat for Cedon. He knows he had one right there. Very close, a little better, but free.
MassMoney.gov.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bayo back to the mound. Bottom 2, Jazz Chisholm takes strike 1. Bottom of the zone, a sweeper. Bayo sharp. He's got to be, based on what we've seen from Max Fried so far. Chisholm, Dominguez, and Volpe for the Yankees, with Bregman way in at third. Pitch high with a fastball. Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Porsche Boston and Porsche Burlington. 239, 22 homers. He turns around and talks to the home plate umpire, Lance Barrett. Now looks out, 1-1. Fouled on. Always gamesmanship with this hitter. Always. And then some. These are the final days to enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Get it up till August 31st. Win a Boston sports experience and a $500 Shaw's gift card. 1-2, the pitch. Chopper toward first. Romeo will play the third hop. Underhand to a covering Bayo. Wins the foot race there, and there's one down.
Another good changeup. Bayo's had it working against these lefties in particular, and there are a ton of them in the Yankees order. It's just consistently at the bottom of the zone or beneath it, and that's a great spot for him to live.
And the Red Sox batted in the top of this inning. Stay down with the seventh batter, sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. All sevens after 6, 1-7. Here's a man they call the Martian. I would say so far he's not lived up to it. 257, 9 homers. Big, strong lefty, the pitch. Strike. Now, they talked about this guy as if he would be like what Roman Anthony is. I mean, he's got tremendous power. He has stolen 21 bags, but an OPS of 716. 0-1. Pitch. Line foul. He's also way, way below average defensively. I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers recently, but it'd be hard to figure that he wouldn't rank out as one of the worst defensive outfielders that exists. 0-2. One down in the second. Here's the pitch. Pop foul. Straight back.
It's not exceedingly pretty when you do look at the numbers. 3rd percentile in outs above average. And a reminder on percentile, you like to be closer to 100.
Yeah. Well, my question would be, who are the other two?
Right.
I mean, this guy is on ice skates in the outfield. He really is. He's got a huge arm. 0-2. Bayo going to keep cruising. He throws, and he misses just down. Curveball there. He's not throwing that almost at all, Bayo. In the dirt, 1-2. And in fact, it's just not a curveball. Maybe it's a slider, maybe it's a sharp cutter. That's not a pitch he throws. 1-2. Pitch. Line drive foul. Might have broken his bat. That was a really good changeup. That pitch is dancing tonight, 88-89.
It's really good. It's had downward movement for the most part, and then he threw that one with the same type of horizontal movement that his sinker had, especially the one he threw last inning to Cody Bellinger.
That's the combo that got him so good so quickly in the big leagues. 1-2, the pitch. High. Tried the four-seamer. That's where he wants that. I mean, he's dotting everything up right now. It's 2-2. Subaru New England scoreboard. There's a lot to love about a brand new Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Some huge ones across baseball. The Blue Jays are in Miami playing the Marlins. 3-0 they lead in the second. 2-2. That is just inside. It was a ball. Royals and Tigers in Detroit. Casey Mize on the mound for the Tigers. I think both the Yankees and Red Sox are Detroit fans in that one. 3-2. Pitch outside. That's a no-no for Bayo. With the speed of Dominguez, you want to make him beat you himself. Free pass. And so the Yankees have their second base runner. Bayo is really upset with himself, and it's important to just kind of bring it back together. Here now, Anthony Volpe.
I hate losing a guy when you get ahead 0-2 like that, and some of the bigger misses we've seen from Bayo so far.
1 on, 1 out. Here's Volpe, who's got good numbers against Bayo. He tries to stop his swing, cannot, and fouls it off the end of the bat. I mean, Dominguez this season, sort of a hard guy to walk. 38 walks in 105 games. Volpe has hit a couple homers against Bayo. Keep it in the yard right here, 0-1. pitch. Low. Sinker. Lou said something as we went off the air last night, which I think rings totally true. The Yankees lead the world in homers. That is a huge part of what they do, but they're not that good in offense if they don't hit homers. So that is the order of the day for Bello. Double play depth behind him. 1-1. That's a strike. Can't throw it any better than that. Sweeper, bottom of the zone, 1-2.
Yeah, it's nice to hit a lot of home runs, and just wild that at one point it was, 20 runs in a row had come on home runs from them. But both teams found themselves with a lot of situations last night with runners in scoring position.
1-2. High fly into center field. Not going anywhere. Nate Eaton drifts back into his left. He's there to make the play. And they're 2 down. If you're looking for a warm, vibrant community for mom and dad, River Spring Living truly feels like home. I myself have just gone down the road from here, and I've seen firsthand the care and connection that makes it so special. Schedule a tour today at riverspringliving.org. I'm also partial to the place because the man who runs it, David Pomerantz, brought me about the best Reuben I've ever had today. Liebman's Deli as Ryan McMahon takes strike one on the outside corner.
I opted for the chicken salad.
Yeah.
Thanks to David. And more chicken salad on wheat bread than you could ever imagine. The bread was drowning.
You don't get cheated. Yeah, it's like 5 inches tall. 0-1 to McMahon. 17 homers. He swings and fouls a changeup into the mid. Good stuff, 0-2.
Not crazy proud of the chicken salad choice.
Yeah.
It felt safe, though. You never know pregame.
I should have given you more context. This is one of the great kosher delis in the world. I'm going to get him to bring the matzo ball soup on Sunday. It should travel okay on a Sunday. The 0-2 is grounded on the left side. Bregman's got it. Another good inning for Bello. Throw to first in time. Inning over. Sunday Night Baseball. Get it in the middle of the day. Coat the throat. Let's go. Bello's rolling.
Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Nate Eaton leads it off as we go into the third inning. He takes the first pitch. Fastball for a strike from Max Fried. And to tell you all about it, here's Mike Monaco.
You owe me a pitch, Will. Strike one to Nate Eaton, who is in center after he originally was slated to DH in the right-hand box, the 0-1. Takes a fastball north of the zone. 1-1 from Max Fried. No score, game 2 of this 4-game series, Red Sox and Yankees. Red Sox have won 6 of 7 against the Yankees this season. They're on a roll against them. Here comes the 1-1. Eaton takes a breaking ball that misses up 2-1. Looked like a strike, was not called that way. Fried a little long glare in at the home plate umpire, and it's 2-1. Outfield plays basically straight up, couple of steps toward left against Nate Eaton. Slightly open stance. 2-1. Takes a fastball called a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2-2. The third inning is brought to you by Citgo. Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Eaton's leading off here in the third. 2-2. He swings and he pulls one high in the air down the left field line, but that's hooked foul toward the second deck. Still 2-2. So it's Nate Eaton, Connor Wong, and Romy Gonzalez in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Infinity of Westboro. After a rousing finish to the game last night for the Red Sox, Roman Anthony's heroics. Fried's 2-2. Misses in. Full count on Nate Eaton. And you hope everything's okay with Roman Anthony. He was slated to start in right. He's DHing, and that came very close to game time, but good to see that he's at least still able to bat tonight. The lefty Fried kicks, and the 3-2 is inside, ball 4. Fried frustrated. He hops off the mound as he yanked the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And Eaton is on, and the Red Sox have their second base runner with a leadoff walk.
Now things get really interesting because Eaton can fly. He's almost just as fast as David Hamilton, and Connor Wong's their best punter. We saw him do that the other night.
So Wong steps into the right-hand box. 180 average, the 5 RBIs for Connor. With Eaton at first. Not going, first pitch, and Wong does not square. He takes a strike with a breaking ball, 0-1.
I mean, it's early to bunt. I'm not saying they were even considering it, but then you roll over the order and you're trying to just maybe break through a little bit against Fried. Now he's been swinging it, though.
He's hit safely in 8 of his last 12. Grips a two-tone bat with red and white batting gloves. The 0-1. Down and away. A ball and a strike on Wong. You're right. Fried has looked good so far. His first 2 innings, got through those on 27 pitches with 3 strikeouts. Fastball up to 98. And some good breaking balls as well from Max Fried. The big ticket offseason signing. No score in the third. The pitch is swung on, missed. 1-2 on Wong, who tried to hold up on a fastball down, but it's 1-2. Last night was just a grind. 3 hours and 25 minutes. I don't need to tell you. A long one here that Alex Cora said felt like the old Red Sox-Yankees games. Man at first, nobody out for the Red Sox. And Fried will fire over to first with Eaton back to the bag without a dive. Red Sox trying to clinch the season series with the Yankees as well, with one more win with an eye toward the postseason. That's not insignificant. 1-2. Wong swings and he fouls it off himself right at home plate on a fastball in. Still 1-2. Red Sox trying to drive up the pitch count a little bit as well. Told you Fried 27 pitches through 2 compared to Bayo 40 pitches through his 2 innings of work. We've got no score in the third here at Yankee Stadium. The sky's starting to darken. We approach 8 o'clock. Fried with a long look in at his catcher, Austin Wells. Now he straightens up with a waist-high set. The 1-2. Eaton runs. The pitch, a ball. Wells' throw. Not even close. Headlong dive from Nate Eaton, the burner. And he swipes second and moves into scoring position with nobody out in the third inning for the Red Sox.
What a jump. Awesome. He guessed right. Easily safe. This is the one where if they challenge and it's overturned, you'd blow your mind. Because he was over the bag. If he's out here, again, my least favorite rule in the game.
And Aaron Boone is going to challenge this.
New York and Stanford is safe call at second base.
I just hate it, Mike. I mean, he didn't lose the bag. His hand is on it. He slides through. The hand goes past it. And Chisholm has got the tag on, and maybe there's like a millisecond where the right hand is off the bag and the knee isn't on, but I'm not so sure. And again, here we are again. If he's out there, that's the dumbest rule in pro sports. What are we trying to accomplish as a sport? And by the way, the contact is the one that moved his left hand off to make that possible. Stupid.
The loyal fans will remember this is much like the David Hamilton play in San Diego a couple weekends ago. Somewhat different in that in this instance, Eaton really does come barreling in with a headlong dive, like a safety in football going for a tackle. Tried to grab the base with his right hand on the outer edge of it. Both hands ended up off the bag. His foot, left leg rather, grabs a hold of it at some point.
I don't know that it's 100% clear.
Yeah, I don't know either. With Jazz Chisholm fielding that throw from Austin Wells on a hop, applying the tag, and then trying to stick with Nate Eaton at second. Yeah, it was a really frustrating situation 2 weekends ago for the Red Sox in San Diego. Xander Bogaerts, of all people, was in the middle of it, and his impact kind of pushed David Hamilton off the base, something Alex Cora admitted afterward as well. So this play is still under review with no score in the top of the third at Yankee Stadium.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is out, and New York will retain their challenge.
Ship that rule to the moon. It's the stupidest rule in pro sports. What we're doing is we're sending it to a replay room and going micro frame by micro frame and saying at any millisecond did a runner who was safe have 1 millisecond millimeter of his body off the bag with a glove on him. Come on, terrible. Not the spirit of the rule, or the game for that matter.
From where we saw a dive into second, not coming close to the bag, this one well over the bag. Now the pitch to Wong misses up, and so it's 3-2 on Wong.
As you said, the difference here is that he did kind of pop up a little bit with his knee, but come on.
And that's frustrating. I mean, Red Sox were looking at a man in scoring position, flip the lineup, nobody out. Instead, one out, bases empty. Fried's 3-2. Wong swings and he chops it off the side of the mound. Fried springs to it, he gloves, he throws the first in time to retire Wong. And there's 2 away for the Sox in a scoreless third. Well, time for the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Together we drive. And today's question at Sox Booth on Twitter is this. What's been your favorite Roman Anthony moment this season? His first start, his walk-off against the Astros, or the home run last night here at Yankee Stadium? You can write in another choice as well. Here's Romy Gonzalez. He takes ball 1, bounced in from Fried. 1-0. I would submit a write-in candidate of the contract extension as well.
No kidding.
For Roman Anthony. We'll get the results in the 7th inning. No score here in the third. Romy lined to short softly his first time. Fried's 1-0. Romy swings and he lines it down the right field line, but that fades foul. Into the seats, 1-1. So Romy getting the start at first against the lefty. And Nathaniel Lowe has been really good for the Red Sox so far. He's come up with some patience at the plate and then big hits as well. The 1-1. Romy swings and he fouls it back on 97 in. And it's 1-2.
Like, do you think when the game was founded 160 years ago, we thought we would just go, you know what we should really do? Frame by frame Zapruder film and figure out whether there's a millisecond where the bag is not occupied after the spirit of the rule was satisfied.
1-2. Romy takes down 2-2.
It's stupid. He slid in before the tag and he was over the bag.
And I'll tell you this, though, about Nate Eaton's dive in a second. He was going to make sure he did not come up short.
No.
He was going for it. Fried's 2-2. Romy takes up and in just out of the zone. And off the plate, 3-2 on Gonzalez. He went barreling toward the bag. So another out on the base paths as well for the Red Sox. But a frustrating situation with that last night with David Hamilton. 3-2 to Romy. He takes outside ball 4. So this inning could feel a lot different. But the Red Sox do have a 2-out base runner as Romy gets on via the walk in front of Alex Bregman. So 2 walks in the inning from Max Fried, who had looked so crisp the first 2 frames. And boos greet Bregman again. He singled back in the first after he ran the count full. No score, third inning. First pitch. Bregman takes outside with a curveball, 1-0.
Way less sharp this time. I mean, the results prove it, but big misses all of a sudden.
That curveball was not close. Bregman 3 hits and a walk yesterday in the opener. The 1-0. He swings and he rolls it right side past the vacated infield and into right field. Romy stops at second. Bregman's got 2 more hits already through 3 innings. And the Red Sox have him at first and second with 2 outs and no score in the third for Roman Anthony.
Yeah, so now the dumb overturn costs him a run. But stay positive. Still a chance to really put a big number up right here.
This inning could have a much different feel if not for that at second. In any event, here's Roman Anthony for the second time left on left against Max Fried. Struck out his first time on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. After the huge moment last night, his first career game at Yankee Stadium, 2 for 5, the home run, a walk, and 3 RBIs for Roman Anthony with 3 straight multi-hit games now. Fried's up to 22 pitches this inning. First pitch, Roman swings and misses over a sweeper down, 0-1. He was geared up for perhaps a first pitch fastball there. First and second for the Red Sox with 2 outs against Fried in the top of the third. Fried peers at second at Romy. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Fastball tied up Roman Anthony. A sinker at 96 in. And Roman asked for time. Alex Cora said it to you pregame. Roman Anthony was born to do this. The moments like last night. We've seen him so comfortable with 2 strikes as well the last few months. But down 0-2. Here's the pitch. He takes up and in. 1-2 from Fried. Alex Cora said he's able to slow it down in these big spots. Said they saw it at Wrigley Field, at times in Philly as well, even with a lot of strikeouts from Roman Anthony there. 2 on, 2 out, third inning, no score. Max Fried's 1-2 is strike 3 called. Fastball right down the heart of the plate at 97, and Roman Anthony stares at it. The Red Sox leave 2 in the top of the third, and no score in the Bronx through 2.5 on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted the famous dog, so she told me to do it.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Red Sox leave a pair in the top of the third, and we remain scoreless as we start the bottom of the third in the Bronx. Brian Bayo against the left-hand hitting Austin Wells, and the first pitch cutter is in for a strike. 0-1 on the Yankees backstop. .209 average, but 17 home runs. The OPS a bit below league average for Wells. Bayo out of the stretch only, as always, in his 0-1. Misses down, a ball and a strike with the changeup out of the zone. So Wells, Trent Grisham, and then Ben Rice in the Herb Chambers batting order for the Yankees. 58 driven in for Austin Wells. Bayo kicks and deals. Swing foul back, 1-2 off the netting with another changeup. Pitch that has looked pretty good so far from Brayan Bello. That's two-plane movement down and then darting away from lefties as well toward the right-hand box. 40 pitches through the first two. Single to Ben Rice in the first, a walk to Dominguez in the second. Bayo's 1-2, up and away. Fastball at 96, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bayo today, Crochet tomorrow for the Red Sox. And then Dustin May on Sunday Night Baseball here in the finale. Bayo's 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great cutter from Brayan Bello, fools Austin Wells. And Bayo collects his 3rd strikeout, and there's 1 away with no score in the 3rd. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
With Will Fleming, Mike Monaco, Trent Grisham in the box, and the first pitch outside to the lefty, ball 1. We have been pounding tea loaded with honey in this broadcast booth for the better part of an hour and a half now. No score here in the Bronx. Red Sox and Yankees in game 2 of 4. Grisham struck out looking his first time on 96 from Bayo. 1 out, bases empty in the 1-0. Swinging a foul, served down the left field line and into the seats, 1-1. Bayo has looked sharp again for the Red Sox, continuing on what he's done for months now. 3.23 ERA and 21 starts coming in. He lifts the front leg, the 1-1. Fastball misses inside, 2-1.
Well, Mike Kay is now my best buddy. He heard about it. I told him about it. And then before the game, about an hour ago, he brought in this magical honey. Apparently it's quite expensive.
From New Zealand.
Yeah. Restorative powers, he told me.
2-1 is a strike on the outside part of the plate. 2-2.
I mean, I would have drank goat blood if he told me to. This is much better than that. And I don't know whether it's a direct attribution. We got a long way to go, but Michael, my man.
He did specify to us after dropping it off, please return it to the Yankees television booth because it is not cheap. Like $70 for a small item.
They make Yankee money. They're fine.
1 out, base is empty, no score. 2-2 is up high. Full count on Grisham, the Yankees leadoff man. Yeah, you didn't even notice that I've been dealing with the same thing.
Did not.
I'm not familiar with, you're not familiar with. And
I am now.
So I've got a whole other thing of honey for you.
Kay was like, I need it.
He's like, 16 ounces? No. Not enough bang for the buck. Pitch is swung on and floated foul, out of play, second deck, third base side.
Well, it's not even bang for the buck. It's not enough bucks.
And it doesn't have whatever anti-inflammatory in it that his product has. Bayo trying to finish off Grisham. Sets chest high. And it's 3-2. Swinging a roller toward first, and the second baseman, Rafaela, has a kick off his glove. He had a long way to go to his left, and Grisham reaches with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Romy Gonzalez started toward it, and then he bolted to cover the bag. Rafaela did get his glove on it, but that'll go as an infield single to get Trent Grisham aboard.
Total tweener. That's a tough one for a first baseman, and I think he, in the end, made the right choice because Cedon did get there. You should make that play. Not easy, but you should make that play.
So man aboard for the Yankees with 1 out in the 3rd for Ben Rice, who singled his first time. First pitch, and Rice swings and misses in the left-hand box at a cutter that was down, and a really good one from Brayan Bello. Ben Rice, the pride of Cohasset, Massachusetts.
Well, one of them anyway.
a very good town. Ian Brown, of course, the other.
And you.
He waits with an open stance. The 0-1. Swinging a roller up the middle. The shortstop, Story gloves, taps the base, throws to first easily in time for 2. A 6-3 double play. Story perfect.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's punt off.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Looking for a warm, vibrant community for family in New York City? River Spring Living provides a full range of living options for older adults. Come and see firsthand what makes it so special. Schedule your tour at riverspringliving.org today.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Under now dark skies in the Bronx, we go to the 4th inning with the Red Sox and Yankees in Game 2 of 4, scoreless. Trevor Story leads off against Max Fried, and the first pitch is swung on a cued foul right at home plate. 0-1. Story grounded to short his first time, and he just turned that double play ball at the end of the bottom of the 3rd on a roller toward the second base bag that almost hit the second base bag and thankfully skipped just over it to allow Story to hang with it. Infield plays the pull from Trevor Story. Fried goes into the windup and is 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider to the back foot. 0-2. So Story, Garcia in his major league debut, and Duran in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers, Lincoln of Norwood, and Westboro.
Not all double plays created equal. It was pretty great that that ball did not hit the second base bag, but it's sort of nice to leave Judge on deck.
Get to face him clean to start the bottom of this 4th inning. Made for an economical 14-pitch inning as well for Bayo. Fried winds, unfurls, and the 0-2 is swung on and fouled back with a heater up. That's the 110th pitch of the game, brought to you by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill, proud to be an official partner of the WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. No score, top 4. Red Sox and Yankees. Here's the 0-2. Story swings and misses and strikes out on a good curveball right down the heart of the plate from Fried, who's got 5 strikeouts, and there's 1 away. The 4th inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids, the easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. So now Justin Soto Garcia bats for the 2nd time. First pitch, he takes a sweeper up and away, ball 1 in the right-hand box.
See, I hope he's guessing fastball right here and just unloads.
Struck out on 3 pitches in his first AB. Here's the 1-0. He swings and misses on a cutter up. He's trying to do just that, 1-1.
I love it.
There's a shot of his brother in the seats just clapping his hands. I think he was thinking the same thing. Go after a 1-0 fastball that was elevated. No score, 4th inning. Fried into the windup is 1-1. Garcia holds up on a pitch above the zone, 2-1. Well, he's going to swing. That's the first thing that AAA Worcester manager Chad Tracy said to Alex Cora. He will get his swings off. But they like the defense, and he can run as well. Fried's 2-1. Garcia takes in 97 with a cutter that was yanked. 3-1 on Garcia.
So this is where you learn whether the Yankees are really worried about him. I mean, and this is modern baseball. They got all this info, scouts, and video of AAA. Normally, in the old days, this would be a heater right down the middle.
His brother is seated in the stands, hands clasped together, anxiously waiting. Fried kicks the front leg, and his 3-1. Garcia takes a strike, top of the zone. Looked like it was above it, but called strike 2, and it's a full count.
It's a good take. That has not been a strike all night. I don't think it was.
And now Garcia steps out, asks for time, and adjusts his batting gloves.
And we got a squirrel on the third base line. He'll never forget that. He's going to say hi to Max Fried.
A squirrel is on the mound near the right cleat of Max Fried. And here we go. This is where we do the play-by-play of the squirrel bolting towards second. With no score in the top of the fourth inning. It's between first and second and pondering its next move.
For an LA kid, Max Fried didn't seem that worried. He looked ready to go. Chased it off the mound.
The squirrel is now nibbling on the dirt and making a run at Ben Rice over at first, who I don't think wants any part of that.
Cohasset kids, come on.
He's barking at Jazz Chisholm now. And we got some of those in Cohasset. And now the squirrel is making its way in foul ground on the right field line, has found a doorway, has wedged itself up against it. And I think we're going to resume here.
Maybe. He's headed home.
Perhaps. Fried's on the rubber. Is 3-2 to Garcia. Is to the backstop, and Garcia gets aboard for the first time in his major league career, and he will never forget the intruder during his second major league plate appearance.
He tried to just leap over the wall. That'd have been fun for the fans in the front row. You know how when a pitcher comes into the game and there's more than 4 pitches thrown and some of the results goes to the pitcher, like does the squirrel get part of that walk?
Squirrel gets that part of the whip.
Oh.
The squirrel is trying to do parkour to find a way out of here, but cannot. So 1-out base runner for the Red Sox with no score in the fourth, and here's Jarren Duran. Fried rifles one over to first, and Ben Rice does a nice job to grab that with Garcia flopping back to the base. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. Left on left, here's the pitch. Duran swings and he pops it up behind home plate. Austin Wells will look that one into about the 6th row. And it's 0-1 on Duran. And the squirrel is still on the field.
I want the ball attendant to get the bucket or the glove and just cover the darn thing.
Yeah, no one's made a move toward it.
It's like Christmas vacation. All right, Russ, I'm going to take my coat, wrap it around the squirrel, and you're going to hit it over the head with a hammer.
The squirrel. Oh, the squirrel has found a little nook or a cranny, perhaps. And nope, still on the field. Garcia's at first, 1 out for the Red Sox in the 0-1. Duran swings and he dribbles it foul right at home plate. 0-2. The squirrel is not getting the same treatment as when, let's say, a fan decides to streak across the field. That brings out all forms of security and personnel. No score, 4th inning. Duran struck out his first time on a Max Fried fastball. Fried, who has struggled here over his last number of starts, going back to the beginning of July, almost a 7 ERA in that time. Waist high set. Fried glances at first, and that was 0-2. Duran takes out. 1-2 with 97 well out of the zone and no chase. We'll get you our league leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining at drainsbyjames.com. They give a poop about your pipes.
Squirrel's found a peanut.
And is gnawing on it. 1-2 is down, 2-2.
It's a good place for that. It's probably what he's looking for all night, right?
Well, nourishment, as some would say. He is crushing, he or she, I don't know how we define these things with squirrels.
Probably have to get a closer look.
Crushing a peanut down the first base line, still on the field. 2-2, Garcia takes off, and Duran swings, and he fouls it off over the Red Sox third base dugout.
I love that. He had that bag stolen all the way. 2 strike counts. Jarren can't lay off.
I told you, he runs well. Good athlete. And a great defender who was originally slated to be in center. Duran was originally supposed to be in left. Duran is in left, but Garcia moved over to right with Roman Anthony moving to DH right before the game. 2-2. Duran takes inside with a curveball that misses, and it's a full count as the Red Sox continue to work these ABs and drive up Max Fried's pitch count. Next pitch will be his 70th. Back-to-back full counts from this patient Red Sox offense. Garcia at first, 1 out, no score in the 4th. Fried will fire to first, and Garcia is back without a dive. Cedon Rafaela is on deck. Got a good pitch to hit his first time. Had a good look at Max Fried. Garcia leads off of first. Rice holds him. 3-2. Duran swings and he bounces it in front of home plate. Fried gloves. He spins and he throws to first to retire Jaron for out number 2, with Garcia up to second in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Fried is always such a sterling defender. He's been one of the best in his career, and he handled that gracefully on a slow bouncer. Had time to get even the speedy Duran, and there's 2 outs for Cedon. Rafaela lined to left. In the 2nd, was out in front. You said trying to get his front foot down against Max Fried. Got a pitch that hung and wanted to do some damage with it. Infield plays the pull. First pitch, Rafaela swings and misses. Head goes flying up on a curveball in the dirt, and it's 0-1.
I'm trying to think about who I would pick on the Red Sox roster to go get that squirrel. I mean, Whitlock fits. I mean, Hamilton would get the speed to catch it.
I don't think Greg Weissert would be bothered.
No, me neither.
I think he would just be steely-eyed. 0-1. Bounced in. Good block by the catcher, Wells. 1-1.
It would be a bullpen guy, though, I think.
Has to be. That is how they are wired. Chapman would not be bothered. I don't think he'd be in a rush to go after it.
Well, you should just have Chapman throw a fastball at it. It'd be over. Now he's going to check in with Bellinger in right.
I mean, the squirrel is just bouncing out to Cody Bellinger in right field. That's why you hear the crowd reacting as the game continues. Man at second, 2 outs, no score in the 4th, and the 1-1. Rafaela swings and he rolls it to short at Anthony Volpe, who approaches gloves, throws on the run and on target, and the inning's over.
They come.
Garcia will never forget his 2nd Major League plate appearance. We're through 3.5 in the Bronx and no score. Sox and Yankees.
Of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brian Bayo faces Aaron Judge to begin a scoreless bottom of the 4th, and the first pitch swung on and lifted in the air to right field, and Garcia comes in to make the catch for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 away, and Aaron Judge is 0 for 2 against Brian Bayo, and he hit that ball to where the squirrel now is, on the fence in right field.
He trapped himself
here at Yankee Stadium, and the squirrel is wedged, yes, between like a chain link fence that protects the video board on the wall in right. Here's Cody Bellinger. Righty to lefty, and Brian Bayo's first pitch is down ball 1.
Yeah, and it's padded on top. So he was able to squeeze himself between the padding and get behind the chain link, but now what's he going to do to get out of there?
I mean, it's been upside down at points. The 1-0. Swung on and lifted foul. Third base side out of play, 1-1. Well, you see something that'll change the course of a few innings.
Rally squirrel.
There was a security guard between innings who kind of approached it very tentatively. And then once it got wedged in the fence, wanted no part of it. Base is empty, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Brian Bayo's looked good tonight. Here comes his 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball lifted to left center field, rather right center, as Eaton runs it down in the gap for out number 2. So Cody Bellinger with a couple of fly ball outs today. And there's 2 down for Bayo in this bottom of the 4th. So now to Jazz Chisholm in the 5 spot in the Herb Chambers batting order for the Yankees. We check in on the Subaru of New England scoreboard as well. There's a lot to love about a brand new Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Blue Jays, Will told you earlier, jumped out to a 3-0 lead on the Marlins. Miami's got one back. It's 3-1 Toronto in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch is down and into the left-hand hitting Chisholm. Blue Jays at 74 and 54. Ty France, Bo Bichette contributed early for the Blue Jays, who are down in Florida with Shane Bieber on the bump. Bayo's 1-0. Chisholm checked his swing on a pitch away. They appeal, and no swing, 2-0.
Ty France was like the #1 peacekeeper in the Tommy Pham fiasco. He got no time.
Knowing Ty France personally, that's not a surprise. He is an even-keeled guy.
Well, Tommy wanted to knock his head off, and then he realized, oh, right, I just played with this dude.
2-0 is a strike on the outside part of the plate with a cutter, 2-1.
Teammates in San Diego, so that's why Ty was sent in to sort of diffuse the situation. That was just ridiculous.
Tommy Pham finds himself in the middle of certain situations. 2-1. Swinging a pop-up foul behind home plate. 2-2 on Chisholm.
He takes enormous personal offense to certain things, like he's morally wronged.
How are you feeling about fantasy football this year, by the way?
Well, better and better by the day. It's always a coin flip.
A couple weeks away from draft time.
Let's go.
No score, bottom of the 4th. Red Sox and Yankees in the Bronx. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty back foot breaking ball from Brian Bayo, who picks up his 4th strike.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Moniak on the run, sliding gravity, can't get it. It rolls up the line.
Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bat.
Clean up on base #1. Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here? Back in the produce section. that's good. How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Nate Eaton leads it off. He bluffs a bunt, takes a sweeper in there for strike one. Pitchers duel tonight, and in a lot of ways I think Bale looks sharper than Fried does, although Max does have 5 strikeouts. 0-1 to Eaton. That's another strike. Borderline, change up, maybe a little low, but given, and it's 0-2. Bale 4 punch outs, just cruising along. Eaton walked and I thought stole a bag his last time, but that ridiculous overturn. 0-2, pitch way outside. Red Sox had some choices to make when Wilyer Abreu went down onto the IL. They got password up here, of course. Option to Abraham Toro. Now that Lowe has sort of solidified the platoon at the very least over at first base. They like the versatility that Eaton brings. He can help you late in games too. 1-2. Fried rocks. He throws, and Eaton swings and drives one high and deep into center field. Grisham going back onto the warning track, and he is there, spun around to make the play. That thing was bolted, but it just hangs up. I mean, Eaton's got power. You rip that thing 105 off the bat, but it dies probably about 395 feet away from home plate. Loud first out. Just missed it. He's smiling in the dugout. Here now, Wong. Counter. Weak comeback his first time. Fastball misses outside. For ball one. Just grind him away a little bit. That's the idea for the Red Sox. 78 pitches for Fried. That's good. Red Sox got into the bullpen last night. I don't think Weaver will be available. That's maybe a good thing for the Yankees. He was awful last night. 1-0 the pitch. Long takes a strike. Curveball that bent in there. And it's 1-1. Code word of the game, Bronx Bombers. Enter your code word of the member portal today to claim your points. Bronx Bombers. Romy, the leadoff man, is on deck. 1-1 to Wong. Little blooper in the right field. Going to get down for a hit over the first baseman Rice. Wong can run. He'll take the turn, but Bellinger is in to make the play. Had that been Stanton last night, who knows? Maybe Wong's at second. And the Red Sox have only their 3rd hit. Wong is aboard for Romy.
And they've had some base runners. I mean, they had the 2 walks in the 3rd to go along with the Bregman single. They had the Garcia walk last inning. They've had some traffic. Can they string things together against Max Fried, who already is at 80 pitches just through 4 1/3?
They never hit and run anymore, ever. But this is where that idea sort of plays out, where if Romy could just shoot one through the right side, get Wong over to 3rd. It's a chasm over there with Chisholm trimmed up the middle of the pitch. Is a strike. That'd been a good pitch to do that. That was a little low, it looked like. But given, Romy doesn't love it. And it's 0-1. I think all the hitters on both sides are frustrated with the zone tonight. I know Judge was his first time. And Romy and Marcelo's running buddy. Romy Gonzalez behind 0-1. Pitch low. Fried is not as sharp. I mean, he's been good, but just a marginal difference here. 1-1. You know, I say that about shooting it through the right side. Romy's also thinking about the seats in left here. Stares out. Arches his back, a little a la Jaron Duran. Fried at the belt. 1-1. Pitch. Curveball not close. That was way outside. And it's 2-1. No score, top 5. Not much of a lead for Wong at first. 2-1. Pitch. Swinging a cue shot off the end of that down the first base line. It slices foul. That was a good decision, I think, by the catcher Wells, because had it stayed fair, had he picked it up on the line earlier, I'm not sure he definitely had a play with a speedy Romy going down the line. I almost said Speedy Gonzalez. Can't do that. It's true, but that is part of what made Max Fried such an ace in Atlanta. I mean, he pitches. He is never predictable. 2-1 hitters count. He just had Romy way out in front.
He's really fun to watch. I mean, he's got a great arsenal. He's such a good athlete as well. I mentioned this earlier. I mean, he is a real talent, and he cashed in. I mean, that's why he's put together so many good years in his career.
2-2 to Romy. Bregman out on deck. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Curveball in the dirt. Mastery. And a 2 down for Bregman.
Yeah, I think the curveball has looked pretty good tonight from Max Fried. He hasn't hung many. He's been able to land it for a strike when he needs to. He's done it cross-counting guys as well, and then he buries one there against Romy with 2 strikes.
And here now Bregman, who's singled to left and singled to right. Long, small lead at first. 2 down, scoreless, the pitch. Bregman takes one right there. He would like to look at that again. I mean, that was a changeup, center cut. Almost a quick pitch, I thought, from Fried. And it is 0-1. Who's on deck? That'd be Roman Anthony, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. 0-1 to Bregman. Pitch high with a fastball. How good has he been these 2 days? Lined out to end the 9th inning last night. 3 for 6, so he's 5 for 8 in these 2 games in the stadium. 1-1. Here it is. Line looper into right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Bregman is 3 for 3. Wong will hold at second. Bellinger's got a good arm. It was shallow, and they're 2 outs. So Connor waits, and here comes Roman.
Alex Bregman is all smiles at first. It's 3 hits. I would say it's 0 barrels for him, but he'll take it. 3 more hits in these first couple of games of this series. 6 total.
That's what makes him such a good postseason player. He just finds a way to put it out there. And here now Anthony, who has been overmatched a little bit tonight. I mean, the big swing last night. 3rd time through, always exciting to see what he can come up with. It would be interesting to me if he reversed tendencies here. He's always so patient and calm on the first pitch. Maybe Fried is looking to get ahead.
And I wonder what Roman's expecting, because last time up he did go first pitch swing. It looked like he was geared up for a fastball, and he got a breaking ball that was buried near the dirt.
2 on, 2 out. Roman in. Fried sets. He throws, and Anthony takes a curveball up over his head. Sweeper not close.
I think Fried was probably thinking the same way you were, that Anthony would be geared up atypically early in count, first pitch. So he tried to throw him another breaking ball, and yeah, not close.
So 1-0 to Roman. Fried throws. Anthony swings and fouls a fastball at the top of the zone out of the mitt. Mighty rip there, and it's 1-1. He's always handled high velocity as Anthony. Little tardy there. This is not your normal at-bat for Anthony. This is one of the great left-handers in the game. Wong at second, Bregman at first. 2 down, scoreless in the 5th. 1-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, chase one there. Fastball beneath the zone, and it's 1-2.
He just doesn't really look comfortable against Max Fried.
No.
And Anthony's been pretty good against lefties this year. He's actually homered against lefties more than he has righties. But, I mean, you said it. This is one of the preeminent left-handers in the entire sport, and has been for a while.
1-2. And Roman finds some more magic right here. Fried throws. Anthony swings and chops it on the right side. Coming in, Chisholm. He will glove flip underhand the first inning over. And Fried strands 2 Red Sox.
too stylish to have superstitions.
Zero. I can't do it. Too many collared cleats, too many gloves, too many wedding gloves, too many bats.
I do put on my right glove first, then the left, then the thumb guard, then I put on my leg guard, my elbow guard.
Anything you put on first?
Nah, not really.
Nothing?
Nah. I like to say I'm not superstitious, but a little stitious.
Jason Dominguez to lead it off against the red-hot Brian Bayo. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Scoreless, Red Sox and the Yankees. Bayo delivers. Dominguez fouls. Cutter on the inside half, straight back. He's had it all working as Bayo 64 pitches thrown now. 4 strikeouts. Really has not fallen behind too many hitters at all. 0-1. Fouled. Change up, good one. 89 miles an hour. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Connor took that one in a tough spot. Actually got him in the throat. He's got the old school 2-piece mask. That one rolled up his chest and then got him right underneath the chin guard. And rattled his cage. He and Bayo really have developed a rapport. And then Henry, the trainer, is out. No thanks. Eek. It's amazing how if one spot on your whole body is uncovered, a ball will find it.
Yeah, it's like the thigh right above where the leg guards go for a catcher. It often finds that, or some part of the wrist above your glove.
Right on the esophagus, Mike. And Brandon touched on that throat area, and then they gave him a sip of water. I think the idea here, of course, is just make sure nothing dramatic happened. I mean, they're going to let him deal with pain, but they want to make sure that the ball, you didn't dent or rupture the esophagus, which Dustin May could tell you all about how dangerous that is.
That's exactly where my mind just went. His horror story of a salad situation from last year, and that's the last thing you want. Thankfully, Brandon and Alex Cora head back to the Red Sox third base dugout. Wong's good to go.
Salad is the last thing you want. You're right.
I crushed a salad earlier today. I needed some greens.
We all do, especially in this city.
And I knew the big sandwiches were coming tonight.
Yeah. All right, 0-2. Wong is okay. Into his crouch he goes. Bayo throws, and he misses in the dirt with a curveball. They call it a curveball. It's not a curve, but anyhow, spiked it, and it's 1-2.
This is a total sidebar, but isn't it funny how the pitch tracking, it just informs what we call pitchers' pitches and not what they say their pitches are called?
We should start there. 1-2. Nobody out, bottom fives. No score either as Bayo misses just outside. And it's 2-2. Two and two. Pitch. High pop-up. Behind third base, foul. Bregman racing over, and does he have room? Yes. Wow, what great range there. Bregman sprints over, moving very well. He's laughing with the Yankee third base coach, Luis Rojas. One down. By the way, I know it's the world we're living in. Streaming is a part of everything. But Yankee fans, I do think, have to juggle more subscriptions and more technologies than any other fan base, and that stinks. Here's Anthony Volpe, takes a strike on the inside corner. Tonight, the Yankee game, even in New York, is airing on Prime, which not a lot of people get. And so if you're a loyal Yes viewer, it's not a national game. The 0-1 is a broken bat comeback. Nice job by Bayo. Gloves and throws to first in time, and they're 2 down. I know we're not putting the genie back in the bottle, and huge money pours into baseball. That's a good thing from all the streaming services. I'm not advocating for those to go away. And part of the reason they pay so much money is that they get the games exclusively. But I just think that puts the fans second. And I think that's a problem. I think if you're an everyday Yankee fan and you live in this city, it shouldn't take 7 subscriptions to get the game every night. I don't. Here's Ryan McMahon with 2 down and the base is empty. You have people all over New York asking, where's the game tonight? No score, bottom 5. The pitch is swung on and missed.
It's got to be 4 networks in 4 days for them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Fox last night.
Prime, yes. ESPN.
0-1 is inside. And again, it's a good problem to have overall as the club. Means you're in high demand. Eyeballs all over the place want to see your games. But again, that's not the local fan that helps them 0. 1-1. Pitch is a little bit outside. And it's 2-1. MLB Network is carrying this game around the country, but that doesn't help anybody who lives in New York either. It's got to be a big part of this new package that's being built. 2-1 to McMahon. Pitch, swing and a miss. Man, 95. Bottom of the zone, 2-2. First responders develop cancer at a higher rate than the general population. Boston Firefighters Credit Union reminding all first responders, get checked. If something feels off, get it checked. Early detection saves lives. 2-2. Pitch. See ya. Change-up blew him away. This is as good as Bayo's been. Outstanding. He makes quick work of the Yankees, whatever channel they're on tonight.
Of 4. They come up with Story, Garcia, and Duran against Max Fried. His 93rd pitch is up high, ball 1 to Trevor Story, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a strikeout swinging. So the heart of the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Honda of Boston, Burlington, and Seekonk. Max Fried into the windup, and the lefty's 1-0. Story swings and he rolls it gently left side. The third baseman McMahon charges gloves. He throws wide. Rice applies the tag, and they get Story for out number 1 to begin the top of the 6th. Ramon Vasquez gets on the phone to Mike Brenly in the Red Sox third base dugout, but I doubt the Red Sox want to look at that, and they do not. So Story grounds out to third to begin the 6th. Nice job by Ben Rice, who was behind the plate last night. Tonight he's at first, coming off the bag to handle that throw from Ryan McMahon, who's known for his defense. So 1 out, and now Justin Soto Garcia bats for the 3rd time. Strikeout and a walk in his major league debut. Max Fried winds and deals. The first pitch curveball bends in for strike 1. Long dark hair for Garcia. He's got that great nickname of the password. Alex Cora said pregame, I just call him Garcia. The 0-1. Garcia swings and misses. He chases a curveball in the dirt, and it's 0-2. And Alex Cora said there's going to be that from Garcia. But with a lefty on the mound, Garcia's been swinging the bat well. They knew he would get at least 2 looks at Max Fried, and here is his 3rd. He's here for lefties. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another curveball, and Fried punches out Garcia for the 2nd time tonight. There's 2 away for the Red Sox with no score in the top of the 6th inning. Well, Shaw's and Star Market have lowered hundreds of prices on the items you buy most, like boneless chicken breasts, 2-liter Coca-Cola, avocado, snacks, and much more. Find new lower price tags aisle after aisle. Full details at shaws.com/lower prices and starmarket.com/lower prices. Jarren Duran, the batter, and the first pitch is down, ball 1 as Duran squared but pulled back, and it's 1-0. Jarren has struck out and rolled back to the mound at Fried his last time in the 4th inning. Fried's at 98 pitches. Mark Leiter Jr. is up in the bullpen for the Yankees in right center. Left on left, the 1-0. Duran swings and he rolls it sharply, but right at the second baseman, Chisholm on the ground. He gobbles and throws out Duran, and that is a quick 1-2-3 top of the 6th as the Red.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's punt on. And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
5 shutout innings of 2-hit ball from Brian Bayo so far, and we've got no score as we start the bottom of the 6th. Bayo's first pitch to Austin Wells is swung on and lined into right center field, a base hit into the gap. Eaton cuts it off. He keeps Wells to a leadoff single out of the 9th spot, and it's a leadoff hit for the Yankees against Bayo in the bottom of the 6th. Red Sox bullpen is quiet. Bayo's at just 76 pitches. The bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. It's the first time in this game the Yankees have had the leadoff man on against Brian Bayo. It goes back to the top to Trent Grisham. 1 for 2 with an infield single his last time. Righty to lefty first pitch. It's a fastball up and away, ball 1. Bayo's looked very good tonight. He's had a great changeup. He's had really good fastball command. And he's been efficient as well after a 21-pitch first, a 19-pitch second. He's really rolled from there. No score, bottom of the 6th. 1-0. Grisham takes inside, 2-0, and Bello trying to recalibrate here. 3 pitches into the 6th, a single. Now he falls behind the Yankees leadoff hitter with Ben Rice on deck, and then Aaron Judge behind Rice. Bello comes set, chest high. 2-0 is a strike, and a beauty of a backdoor cutter at the bottom of the zone. 2-1. Bello has just seemed in control. We've seen that for the better part of, well, 3 months now. He's been more mature and stable on the mound. His 2-1. Grisham takes down 3-1 with a sinker beneath the knees. He hasn't done a lot of this tonight, working from behind. Hasn't been in a whole lot of 3-ball counts tonight. Bello's at 80 pitches now with no score in the 6th inning. With a man at first and nobody out. Bello's 3-1. Grisham swings and lines it to short. Story catches it, throws back to first, and it's 2. Doubles off Austin Wells, and Brian Bello barks as he loves it from Trevor Story, and there's 2 away. Story was shaded up the middle near the second base bag, moved to his right, had to have just a little bunny hop, and he fired back to first to double off Austin Wells, who did not get a good read.
More awful base running by the Yankees. I mean, it's hard hit, but this is Little League. See it through. The Red Sox will absolutely take it.
Now Ben Rice in the first pitch fades outside, ball 1 to the lefty.
And how athletic is Trevor? Reading that knuckle.
With just a short little hop to his right. And he turned it into 2. Bello's 1-0. Rice takes a strike, bottom of the zone. Looked like it was down and in, but Bello will take it, and it's 1-1 on Rice. Rice 1 for 2, smoked a single to the pull side in the first, and then he bounced into a double play. 6-3 to end the 3rd. Jordan Hicks is starting to stretch in the Red Sox pen. The 1-1, swinging a roller gently toward first. Romy Gonzalez gobbles, flips to the covering Bello, and the inning's over. Brian Bello is rolling along, and he continues his success against the Yankees. 6
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Still no score in Game 2 of this 4-game series between the Red Sox and Yankees as we start the 7th. And the Red Sox are excited to see Max Fried out of this ballgame after 99 pitches and 6 shutout. Mark Leiter Jr. takes over, and his first pitch is called a strike near the dirt to Ceddanne Rafaela on a first pitch curveball. Ceddanne 0 for 2, line out to left, ground down to short. 7, 8, and 9 in the Herb Chambers batting order. Leiter's 0-1. Swinging a high fly ball, popped into shallow left. Jason Dominguez coasts in. He reaches up, makes a one-hand shoulder-high catch, and there's one away to begin the 7th. Herb Chambers batting order sponsored by Herb Chambers Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat of Danvers, and Millbury.
Ooh.
One out, base is empty for not Nate Eaton. Red Sox will pinch hit with Nathaniel Lowe. He's got the mock turtleneck going on a warm night here in the Bronx. And he saddles up in the left-hand box.
That means he'll play first, Romeo will play second, and Ceddanne will get out into the outfield.
Eaton had been in center, so that's where Ceddanne will take over as Lowe bats. Against Leiter, who's making his 50th appearance, including 2 days in a row here. 4.02 ERA. First pitch to Lowe is swung on and roped into right field, a base hit. And Lowe continues to mash. It goes all the way to the wall. He digs for second. The throw's not in time from right. And it's a pinch hit double in the 7th inning for Lowe. How good has this guy been in short order with the Red Sox in now 4 games?
Oh, what a stud. I mean, he just kicked it into absolute high gear. He was thinking about it right away. I mean, he was motoring. He is not fleet of foot. But once it got to the wall, good throw by Bellinger, but he got there.
His 3rd hit, his 2nd double. He's got the home run as well. He's driven in 4 and walked twice. And he's at second for Connor Wong. First pitch. Wong takes inside ball 1 right on right. Well, the Red Sox with an opportunity here against the Yankees bullpen with Fried out of this game and Leiter on. Lowe leads off a second. Wong 1 for 2, 1-0. He swings and misses on a fastball in 1-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan postgame show. Don't let summer slip away. Hurry into the Nissan end of summer sales event to get your new ride. Visit your local store or nissanusa.com today. No score in the 7th. Red Sox with a man at second. The 1-1. Wong takes inside with a backup curveball that missed. 2-1. Connor singled the opposite way back in the 5th inning when the Red Sox had a couple of not squared up balls that went for singles to right field. That was a rocket though from Lowe. 2-1. Check swing and Wong went around on a heater middle 2-2.
Yes, he's sitting curveball there. I mean, there's not a better pitch to hit than that one.
And now Connor will ask for time. Tonight's 7th inning is sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Got to get Glassman. 617 and then 7 sevens. 2-2. Wong swings and he pulls it down the left field line. Down the line into the corner. Fair ball. Karam's into the corner. Lowe coasts in from second and scores. Wong slams on the brakes at second and gives the Red Sox the lead at Yankee Stadium. 1-0 in the 7th. Courtesy Connor Wong. It's back-to-back doubles from the bottom of the lineup, all started by the pinch-hitting Nathaniel Lowe. And that's gotta feel good for Connor Wong. He curled one into the corner, it bound around, and he finds his way to give the Red Sox the lead. Back to the top, Romy Gonzalez takes the first pitch high, ball 1.
Well, and again, some of those frustrating innings where they had the chances, 4th, 5th, 6th, they did work the pitch count. That's why, Fried threw 99 and had to come out of the game. They've taken advantage.
It really started in the 3rd where they drove up the count. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Another breaking ball, 1-1 on Romy.
By the way, Jason Dominguez almost made an error that allowed Wong to get third. The dude cannot pick the baseball up and throw it.
He had it in his glove and then he just dropped it as he got ready to throw. Back toward his cutoff man. 1-0 Red Sox in the 7th, the 1-1. Swinging a slicer foul down the first base line and out of play. 1-2 on Romy.
See, this is where you want to pour it on. You got Devin Williams up in the pen. That's beautiful. But Bayo, 84 pitches. They'll push it. If they can get him through the 7th, it would be Whitlock and Chapman again.
It's been 6 shutout from Brian Bayo. He's been efficient. 1-2. Romy swings and he bounces it to third at Ryan McMahon, who backhands it, shuffles and throws to first across the diamond to get Romy for out number 2. Wong holds it second. Bregman coming up, and we pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
So, Romy Gonzalez grounds out to third, and Alex Bregman's coming up. Back-to-back 3-hit days for Bregman. And Matt Blake visits the mound to talk things over with Mark Leiter, with Devin Williams warming, as Will told you in the bullpen. Well, what a great moment that is from the Red Sox to get Nathaniel Lowe to come on and pinch hit with a double, and then Connor Wong, for all the frustration for him this season, to come through.
I thought it was going to hook foul. I mean, just the way he hit it sounded like he might have even broken his bat. It was fair by plenty.
He didn't look out of the box like he was certain of it either.
Any game that involves Aaron Judge, a second run is enormous.
And so here is Bregman, 3 for 3 with 3 singles, none of them quite squared up. Wong at second. First pitch. Bregman takes a fastball for a strike at the top of the zone. Pull side single over short in the first, and then Oppo in the third and the fifth.
1 for 2 with a double against Leiter.
Average up to 310 for Bregman. The 0-1. He swings, hammers it in the air to left center field. Grisham goes back onto the track, and he makes a running catch right near the 399 marker in left center. Alex Bregman just missed a 2-run homer. But the Red Sox do grab the lead as we hit the stretch at Yankee Stadium. Sox 1, Yankees nothing on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order. A winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Bottom of the 7th inning in the Bronx, and the Red Sox strike first. At the top of the 7th, Connor Wong's RBI double scored Nathaniel Lowe and gives the Red Sox a 1-0 lead for Brian Bayo. He's had just 84 pitches, but now he's got to go through the heart of the lineup, starting with Aaron Judge, 3, 4, and 5 in the Herb Chambers batting order. Cedar Rafaela has indeed moved to center. Romy Gonzalez is at second, and Lowe's at first for the Sox. Bayo's third time against Judge here tonight. His first pitch is a fastball called a strike with a sinker that looked off, and it's 0-1.
He's had some calls go against him tonight, I think, Judge.
There's a 4-pitch strikeout on a changeup looking in the first, and then a flyout on a first pitch cutter his next time. 0-1 is swung on and popped up behind the second base bag. The second baseman Gonzalez backpedals, calls for it, looks up and makes a two-hand catch. And quick work again for Brian Bayo against Aaron Judge, and there's one away. Well, let's check in on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. There's a lot to love about a brand new Subaru. Find yours at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Marlins not helping out. The Blue Jays have added on. It's 5-1 Toronto in Miami through 7. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning here in the Bronx. Red Sox up 1-0 on the Yankees. Cody Bellinger's the batter. He's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts, and now time's called by Bellinger before Bayo's first pitch. "86 pitches for Brian Bayo. First one. Bellinger takes a cutter for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1.
It's been awesome. And you know what I said about Whitlock and Chapman? I mean, it still reigns true, although 87 pitches. If he looks like this, he should get the 8th, too. Long way to go.
This just continues the dominance Bayo's had against the Yankees. Here's his 0-1. Bellinger takes down. Sinker at 97, still very good velo for Brian Bayo, who coming into tonight in 9 career starts against the Yankees had posted a 2.21 ERA, 53 innings. And very good in this park. Base is empty. 1-1. Bellinger swings and he skies it to left toward the corner. Duran moves back toward the track. He reaches up and makes the catch, just crossing over from grass to dirt, and it's out number 2. Well, nicely done by Brian Bayo, who continues economically. Hey, fresh in from Cali with big savings at Shaw's and Star Market. California peaches, plums, and nectarines, just $1.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon. You can also order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox radio network. 2 outs, base is empty. Red Sox up 1-0, and here's Jazz Chisholm. First pitch is a fastball spotted on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Chisholm shakes his head. It did look like it was maybe off, but that's been consistent all night. It has been a bigger zone. Chisholm 0 for 2, a ground out to first, and a strikeout on a Bayo breaking ball. Bryant's 0-1. Fades outside, a ball and a strike on Chisholm. We'll get to the results of our poll as well from the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers too on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Wong jogs out to chat with Bayo, who is cruising and doesn't love the visit. Question was, what has been your favorite Roman Anthony moment this season? At Soxbooth on Twitter. And the results in 66% of the vote, the home run last night here at Yankee Stadium, the 2-run shot to add on for the Sox.
I'm with that.
Me too, and it's not recency bias. It was if not the signature moment for Roman Anthony. First taste at Yankee Stadium. Long back behind the plate, the 1-1. Chisholm swings and he skies this one to center. And playable for Cedar Rafael. A few steps to his left, now in, he makes the catch, and the inning's over. Brian Bayo needs just 8 pitches to get through the 7th. He's at 92 through 7 innings of shutout.
The embattled, no longer closer, Devin Williams is on for the New York Yankees. As we make our way into the 8th inning, you'll see Roman Anthony, then Trevor Story, and scheduled to hit Eustisio Garcia, although I think they might make a move there. We will see. Williams, 53 appearances, and it has not been great for him. Pitch to Roman is a strike. Fastball 95 right there. He's been a little better of late, but there was a period, the end of July into August, where he gave up runs in 5 straight, kept blowing leads, blowing saves, and Aaron Boone just continued to ride him. 0-1 to Anthony, who is 0 for 3. All that against Fried. The 0-1 check swing. He held up on a fastball, and it's 1-1. He was so famous in Milwaukee, that airbender changeup, as they call it, his #1 weapon, but he's lost it at times. He has been better for 4 straight appearances. Garrett Whitlock is throwing. I did not see Bayo be told he was coming out of the game. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Coming just a little off tonight. It's 1-2. I thought he got a fist bump from Alex Ward. That was it.
I thought so too. We had the binoculars out looking in. It didn't quite look like that. It's 92 pitches for Bayo.
It's Dominguez, Volpe, and McMahon scheduled to hit. Maybe Whitlock a little insurance policy in the pen. 92, as you said, thrown. Should have more in the tank. 1-2. Pitch. Roman fouls it off. I wouldn't do that again if I were Williams. You know, it's not just the pitch count. It's that Bayo right now is so precise. He looks just as good as he did in the first. He's landing everything right where he wants to. 1-2 to Roman, leading off the top of the 8th. 1-0 Red Sox. Pitch is swung on and fouled. That's the changeup. That was a good one. Roman just got a piece. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Don't let summer slip away. Hurry into the Nissan end of summer sales event to get your new ride. Roman can afford a lot of new rides these days. Of course, he has been able to for a long time. but he needs to build a 5-car garage. Not that he will. That ain't his style. 1-2. Pitch. Outside. Changeup. I mean, he's not going to drive a 1995 Volvo, I wouldn't think, but there's not much flash in this guy.
Doing a Georgia football game next weekend. Their quarterback last year drove a Lamborghini. This year's quarterback, 1985 truck.
I'm pulling for that dude. 2-2 is low. Change up, not close, and it's 3-2.
This is the patience to work your way back in it. That airbender changeup in the dirt. And not close from Williams, who's been trying to find it.
Three and 2 to Roman. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. That's a good change up there. It was a ball, but that is the elite pitch for Williams. Anthony, for a rare time tonight, struck out thrice. So he's gone, and here's Trevor Story. Is that Carson Beck? He drove a Lamborghini?
Yeah, and then he got hurt famously down the stretch last year. First said he was going to the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And then said, actually, I'm coming back to college, but not at Georgia. I'm going to Miami.
Yeah. Steps up. You have the Bulldogs week 1, you said?
Against mighty Marshall.
Uh-oh.
Thundering Herd, about a 39.5-point spread.
You need to get very deep on the
yes
rosters there. Here's Story with 1 out. The pitch. Up and in. Fastball. Not that comfortable for any right-hander against this pitcher. But I mean, lefty's just as tough because of that changeup. Yankees thought at the deadline especially they had what they called a super pen. The additions of Bednar. 1-0. Pitch. Story. Skies went into left field. Back on it. Dominguez at the warning track. He's there to make the play. Just off the end of the bat. 2 down. You know, I thought that Bregman hit that ball out into left center field.
Home run in 5 ballparks. It was right to the left of the 399 sign in left center in front of the Red Sox bullpen.
They're going to let Garcia hit here. So he is up there for the 4th time. He's walked and twice struck out. 2 down, top 8. 1-0 Red Sox. The pitch. High with a fastball.
How cool that his brother is here. Again, a Red Sox farmhand who's 20. That the Red Sox decided, hey, if you got to miss some games to come see your brother debut in the major leagues, we'll allow it.
Yeah, class move all the way. 1-0 to Big Bro. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Eddie Romero was funny. He said, you know, we went down, we saw this kid, we fell in love with him, paid him big money relative to the pool that they had. And he said, you got to see my brother. And Eddie said, you would not believe how often guys say that. 1-1. Pitch. Garcia swings and misses at a changeup. And it's 1-2. And he said, well, but we went and watched him and thought, oh my God, he might be even better. And so far that has kind of been the deal, although a bad injury last year for JoJo, as they call him. 1-2 to the password. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Change up. Good one for Williams. 1-0 Red Sox lead. I think they... The bottom of the 8th inning, you get that. He was awesome last night. 7 pitches thrown. He very quickly retired his 3 hitters. It was McMahon, Volpe, and Grisham. Now, in this 8th inning, he'll see Dominguez, Volpe, and McMahon. 92 pitches thrown. Excellent stuff from Bayo. Only 3 hits. He's got the lead, but the narrowest possible. The pitch to Dominguez popped up, foul of third. Bregman, a long run toward the tarp. That's Jeter territory. Runs out of room. Off the retaining wall, strike 1. I'd have been tempted to ride with Bayo. That's how sharp he was to the very end.
Especially to perhaps the first couple guys here, Dominguez and then a right-hand hitter in Volpe. Then you go 4 straight lefties before Judge.
0-1. It's the first time a Sox pitcher, 7 scoreless innings, 3 or fewer hits since Bayo himself did it June of last year, right here. 0-1. His way outside from Whitlock. He just was so locked in. I know the numbers about 3rd time through and as the pitch count goes up. But the way this ballpark plays, a little pop-up ties the game. You'd like to have as many pitchers available. 1-1. Beauty. Call the ball. Change up. That's been given tonight. And not this time. 2-1. Then again, if he'd said the Red Sox have a 1-run lead going into the 8th, would it be Whitlock and Chapman? That's a definitive yes.
Yeah.
2-1. Strike. Top of the zone. Fastball. 2-2. You know, Whitlock dreamt of this mound many, many times. He just thought he'd be wearing pinstripes, not red. 2-2. Foul back. Challenge with another fastball. He's just been brilliant, has Garrett. '51st appearance, 5-3 with a 2.76. 2-2. Fouled off. Slider in under the hands. Interested to look in and see what he looks like on a back-to-back, which they've not done all that often with him this year, although more so now that he's a 1-inning guy. 2-2. The pitch is call the ball. Very close, a sinker, and it's 3-2. Nothing in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch. Ground ball to second. Romy's got it on the second hop. Thigh high. Throws to first. 1 away. Big time stuff for Whitlock. So with 1 down, here's Anthony Volpe.
Yeah, last time Whitlock went back-to-back days was in San Diego a couple weekends ago. It's happened 6 times this year. 4 innings, just a couple of unearned runs. 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, so pretty good.
You wonder whether some of those came in extra innings as Volpe swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 0-1. He is spotting it right now, is Whitlock. A guy who had a Yankee logo on the back of his Jeep the day the Red Sox picked him in the Rule 5 draft. 0-1. Volpe, look out. Mike just fouled it straight back beneath us. Man, it's a mad dash. It sounded like home run monster car derby down there. What in the world? Diving all over the place. 0-2.
Lubricated down there.
They are. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Change up from Whitlock, and they're 2 down. The Boo Birds are out for Volpe. Wow. That's amazing. Supposed to be their hometown hero. And now Alex Cora's coming out, and I don't know whether he sees something injury-wise from one of his players. Dave Herrera is out to talk to Whitlock. That's no good. And Giancarlo Stanton is going to pinch hit here. And he said he's just fine. That is great. Wow.
It didn't look like anything was off there. It was a right-on-right changeup, and yeah, maybe a little bit slower than you're accustomed to sometimes, but it was pretty normal kick and fire, and then Whitlock, yeah, I guess he flexed out his right leg a little bit. His lower right leg, he flexed out after the strikeout.
All right, so they go to the man in town they call Big G, who's on an incredible tear. Home run power and then some. Whitlock has seen him 11 times, just 2 hits and 5 strikeouts for Stanton. 1-0 2 down in the 8th. The pitch is right there. Fastball, bottom of the zone, 0-1.
Just a perfect spot. It's 5 home runs in Stanton's last 7 games. This guy is pretty scary right now.
Whitlock sets, he throws, swing and a miss. Fastball, 0-2.
This is the good stuff from Garrett Whitlock. This is the guy he's been the last 2 months.
Strike away from getting to the 9th. 0-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Slider, see ya, Stanton. We go to the 9th inning. That was awesome from Whitlock. 1-0 Red Sox. Here's Jarren Duran to lead it off in the top of the 9th against David Bednar. You love seeing him with a lead. Bednar came over from the Pirates, misses with a curveball for ball 1 to Duran. Chapman is warming. He'll have the bottom of the 9th. How big will the lead be? It currently sits at 1. Pitch. Duran takes the ball. 2-0. Bednar blew the save the other day in Tampa, but they bailed him out. Stanton a pinch hit home run. Won the game. Caballero's in to play third base after Stanton pinch hit for him. I think that's the only change. 2-0 to Duran. Way outside. That looks awkward, that curveball from Bednar. He's kind of short-arming stuff. It's 3-0. This guy was about the most coveted reliever available at the deadline other than Mason Miller. And who thought he'd ever be on the market? 3-0 to Duran. He's going to be patient here. He is. He takes all the way a fastball, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, Bednar's been really good. Combined numbers for him between both teams this year. A 2.66 ERA, 20 saves, and a ton of strikeouts.
68 over 14 walks. 3-1 Duran takes the ball. That's huge. A curveball in the dirt. I mean, that is so new school right there. 3-1 to bounce a curve. Now he got speed on the bases. I would expect all the way some form of small ball here. Either Cedon bunts, but I think first give Duran a pitch to run on. That is a great start to this inning. Duran dancing around. Rafaela the hitter. And they throw over, and Jarren dives back in. Red Sox, a run, 6 hits, no errors. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Yankees. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Duran leads again. Cedon is 0 for 3 with 2 fly balls to left. Pitch, swing and a miss. He was trying to go deep right there. That's 96 in the middle. And so on. Everybody's got these new batting gloves, running gloves, really, that they have to fuss with and adjust because of the pitch clock. It often happens when you lead. He's putting a wrist guard on too, is Duran. I think it's a huge distraction. He runs, and a breaking ball called a strike. Duran, head first slide. He's in there with a steal. Cedon hates the call. It is a strike. It's 0-2, and now you got to find, come hell or high water, a way to get him to third. But Duran has his 21st steal. What a huge insurance run that is. And Chapman warming in the pen. 1-0 in the 9th. 0-2 to Cedon. He grounds one on the left side to short. Volpe throws behind to second. That is absurd. Cedon is safe at first. Volpe, I think, thought it was maybe a force play. I mean, that is insanity. There's nobody at first. It's a ground ball to short. Duran was 6 feet off the bag, and they threw behind him. Rather than just getting the out at first and keeping Duran at second, he was headed back to the bag. That is bad baseball, and the Red Sox will take it.
And these fans are going to pile on Anthony Volpe. You could see kind of his thought process because Duran froze momentarily, but he was not far off of the second base bag. He had plenty of time to get back, and he did end up beating the throw by plenty and didn't need to dive.
That's it. So close he didn't even need to dive. And here's Lowe. He will not be bunting here. Pitch is a strike. I think almost any other hitter, maybe not Bregman, would square here. What a gift that is. I mean, you never see that. It is so obvious that on a hot shot you have, the play is to first. Cash it in. 0-1 is low. Too low. I mean, he's been unbelievable, has Nathaniel. He doubled in his pinch hit at bat last time and then scored on the Wong double. A chance again at a crooked number. But at the very least, trying to get Duran to third. 1-1. Bednar sets. He throws, and a line drive foul on the left field side out of play. It's 1-2.
Man, I just can't say enough about what Lowe has brought to this team in really short order here this first week. He's been patient. He's had some extra base hits. It's been really impressive and admittedly a very small sample size.
Anything but a double play here, really. 1-2 is high. Good take. He's not thinking about that, though. I mean, he's locked in at the plate. Just looks comfortable.
He totally does. He looks like the guy from 2-3 years ago with Texas.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lowe's a little choked up on the bat. Duran can fly at second, so can Cedon at first. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball on the first base side foul. Outside the bag. All kinds of interesting possibilities right now. But before we get into that, how important that pitch was from Whitlock, that sequence to go 1-2-3, because as it stands right now in a 1-run game, Aaron Judge does not have to hit. The Yankees have to get somebody on base to guarantee his next at bat.
And what a choice by Alex Cora to go to Whitlock.
2-2 to Lowe. The pitch is low. Splitter. Great take. He just is steely-eyed, and it's 3-2. What a huge pitch this is. 2-1, none out in the ninth. 1-0 Sox. Here's the 3-2. Lowe drives one high and deep into left field. Dominguez in front of the warning track is going to get there. Duran back to second. He tags. The throw is offline, not in time. Both runners advance. That ball was smoked by Lowe the other way. It is a productive out. Dominguez caught it in the deepest part of the yard. And the Red Sox, here we go again. They've got him at second and third with 1 out.
And both Jarren Duran and Kyle Hudson point at Cedon Rafaela, who did a really good job following Duran's lead there, reading the lead runner in front of him, because Rafaela takes second as well. Duran got there without a slide, and the Red Sox just like that get 2 in scoring position, and the Yankees have to bring the infield in.
If he didn't have second and third, I'd have been thinking about safety squeeze with Wong, but not now. Infield in. The pitch is a strike. The angles are so good here. I mean, a little blooper, a little shot through the infield, gets 2 home. You're desperate to get at least the 1. And so many ways to do it with Duran's speed at third. 0-1. Pitch. Wong swings and misses badly at a curveball, and it's 0-2. Wong drove in the Red Sox only run to this point. Steven Matz is also up in the bullpen. That is very interesting to me. Second and third, infield in with 1 out. Huge spot, 0-2. Pitch to Wong is swung on and skied, foul on the first base side. This is what they did last night so often. The Red Sox. Chances galore with runners in scoring position. They got the most important hit in that spot from Roman late, but they were 3 for 19. I guess Matz would be up in case they score 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think so, because Aroldis Chapman is getting ready too.
0-2. Pitch. fouled on the first base side. Hanging curveball, but he was protecting against fastball. Actually, it was kind of on the outer corner, so it remains 0-2. Gosh, how big would a hit be right here? Or a fly ball deep into the outfield, or a grounder that shoots through. Lots of things. Lots of ways to get Duran home. 0-2. The pitch is chopped up the middle. Duran going on contact. Volpe throws. Tag in time. They got him. So the gamble to bring the infield in pays off. It's the right thing for Duran to go all the way on contact. Big time second out.
Yeah, that's just kind of the cost of doing business there with a guy like Duran at third. Contact play even with the infield in, and Volpe makes an accurate play, kind of off-platform throw to the plate. After the shaky moment earlier this inning, he delivers a strike, and now Masataka Yoshida is coming up for Romy.
So he is going to hit in Gonzalez's spot, and of course he will obviously not play second base. But Alex Cora feels like he needs this matchup. That's how big this insurance run is. And the Red Sox still have Hamilton on the bench. I would assume he'll come in.
Yeah, you would think so. Hamilton, easy flip to come in at second for Romy in this spot at second base.
So Wong unable to get the run in, and now it's to Massa. Attendance 46,064. Brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Craving fresh hand-breaded tenders or sandwiches? Find a location, crispycrunchy.com. I'd imagine that Massa's been to the Museum of Modern Art, Central Park, all over the place. Loves to get around town. We'd love him to get a hit right here. First and third. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Curveball 0-1.
You know he was hunkered down in Times Square on the off day.
Man, Red Sox second and third with one down. Now first and third with two outs. Still only a one-run lead. 0-1 to Massa. Long runs. The pitch is inside a ball. They will not throw. That was a strike. Red Sox got a break there. I guess the runner going distracted the home plate umpire, Lance Barrett. That was a strike. And he's not had a great night, I don't think. Now a hit would likely score two. 1-1. Pitch. Massa grounds one on the left side. It is handled there. Stumbling at third, throwing to first in time. And the inning is over. Frustration again in those spots for the Red Sox. However, they got a one-run lead going to the bottom. Wheels are turning as we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Aroldis Chapman, the dominant closer, longtime Yankee, is on, and the Yankees will make a move. They will counter. Austin Wells is lifted, and here is Paul Goldschmidt. One of the great hitters in the game against lefties. This, though, Chapman, not your ordinary southpaw. Goldschmidt against him, 2 for 9 with 4 strikeouts. 1-0 Red Sox. Here we go. Chapman is ready. Red glove, dark sleeves. He throws. And a strike on the inside corner. Slider. Dotted up, and it's 0-1. He has not done that very often. Ordinarily, it's just heat to begin. It is David Hamilton in the game at second base. 0-1. Pitch. Here's another strike. Another beauty. That time a splitter, and it's 0-2.
He's been using those slider and splitters so much more as this season's gone on, and so much more effectively as well.
0-2. Here it is. Line hopper to second. Hamilton to his right. Gloves to his knees. Comes up. Throws to first. In time. Beautiful play by David Hamilton. The ball finds him immediately. And a huge first out. Wow.
Well, here's a night where all the moves have paid off so far. You pinch hit Nathaniel Lowe in the 7th inning, and he comes through for your team with a double. Connor Wong follows that up with a double. Hamilton comes in here defensively, and right away the ball finds him, makes the sliding stab, and then Lowe picks him up as well on a low throw over to first.
Goldschmidt is so good. 0-2, he made good contact. Here's Trent Grisham. Pitch to him. Strike, fastball, right on the outside corner. 1 down, 2 outs from a second straight win. Grisham 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts against Aroldis. 0-1. Bregman in at third. Pitch. Strike. Perfect. Slider froze him, and it's 0-2.
Pounding the zone. And this is what has made Aroldis Chapman so good this year. So many strikes. So many first pitch strikes, and just getting ahead consistently.
Puffing and puffing. 0-2. The pitch. He blows his house down. Fastball on the outside corner. 100 miles an hour. And the Red Sox are an out away.
That's just clinical. I mean, spot up with 99 early in the AB, and then 100 dotted away left on left.
And this would be so big to go 1, 2, 3 and not face Judge. Their last hope is Ben Rice. Chapman throws, and a fastball a little bit low. 1-0-1. And I think that's the first ball he's thrown. 1-0 to Rice, the local kid. Judge looms on deck. Chapman throws, and a fastball right there. Took a little off at 98, and it's 1-1. Absolute machine. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He couldn't stop on a slider. It is 1-2, and the Red Sox are 1 strike away. Chapman stands tall. 1-2. He throws. Swing and a miss. He got him. Slider. Aroldis stares in. And for the second straight night,
the off-speed stuff between the curveball, slider, and change.
And I mentioned the pregame show, 7 of the 9 hitters in the Padres are hitting 325 or higher first pitch.
Well, 1-1 hit on the ground to the left side. Betts comes in, has it, transfers and throws, and that's out number 1. They get Tatis, who has come into the game